right? It's that easy. They went to Super Bowl 60, and they won the frickin' thing. So congratulations to the Hawks. As a Ravens fan, I'd say Coach McDonald for proving the point that a strong running game plus a crushing defense wins championships. And you hear every football pundit say that every week, every NFL game. If anyone needed proof, that is what you saw yesterday.
And finally, guys, can I get a happy birthday for Ben with a captain giving some pirate life advice? Also, you guys talking all over each other about the importance of listening when someone else is talking. Much appreciated, guys. That from Al.
Ooh, well, ahoy there and happy birthday. You know, now that the old Capitan's on the up and up, I'll share with you some of the finer things from my pirate life. Being a pirate is kind of like being a fan of chicken. People walk up and say, do you like thighs or do you like breasts? Well, with pirates, it's like, do you like chest or do you like booty? The proper answer is yes. Crunch berries. The worst I've seen in my adult life, and this is a little ticky-tacky thing. This is probably 15 years ago. It was on Aurora. And there had been some kind of accident or whatever happened. I'm not sure, but kind of goes down to one lane, and we're driving by, and you can't help but peek over. There's all these lights, a couple cops, a few paramedics standing around. And there was a body on the street, and they put the sheet over it, but because it was windy, the guy's leg was hanging out. And it just, I was wearing white tennis shoes, and they had blue jeans. That's all I remember. But we just wanted to yell, like, guys, like, seriously, we know what's under there. It's not a surprise, but seriously, man, cover the whole thing up. It was kind of effed up.
Yeah, I mean, right, I watched that other coach. I mean, he had a heart attack. I mean, he literally, like, fell over. And we kind of, like, at first we were like, what is going on, right?
Sure.
And then, we, like, sat him up. And then, I mean, that guy, literally, his eyes rolled back his head. He did a death gurgle, and that was it. Like, we didn't know it at the time, but by the time the ambulance got there, and they put him back in there, and then they put him in there, they rolled up with lights and sirens on, and they left with them off.
With them off.
So we were
no emergency.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we were, it's a baseball field in the back of Bowie State University. So
yeah.
I mean, it had been too long. Damn.
Someone else says there's a different, what was it? Blah, blah, blah. You might remember this story. A while back, a guy preparing a romantic evening with his girlfriend, he was preheating a lava lamp on the stove. He was there when it exploded. Did not survive.
Wow.
Someone else says, when I was 10 years old, I put a Pyrex pan with chicken to warm it up on the stove. I figured it was in the oven. Why not the stove? 5 minutes later, it exploded. I fortunately was not in the kitchen.
I mean, it's an explosion.
I did it with mine, too, once. Right? I cooked.
Pyrex confession.
Yeah. I think I cooked pork chops or something in the oven.
Right.
I pull them out. I take the pork chops out. And like an idiot, I just put the Pyrex pan right in the sink. And turned on cold water. And it took me like a split second to realize what I was doing. And I walked away from it. And then, crash.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Pyrex.
Done that with a bong.
I've done that with a bong. It is
because you need the hot water to get the gunk out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And then as soon as you put the cold water on it, man,
right,
it just blew up in my hand.
I've only done it
Got
once.
the living hell out of it.
Because after that, I'm like, just wait a minute.
I think that was the last bong I ever bought him. Like I'm not gonna.
Do you all remember something that you mentioned that hasn't been mentioned yet? Let's go back to the coach's office.
I mean, ice bucket. It's the only thing I think off the top of my head.
Did we say the? Robe,
TV remote. I mean, that's all I got, man.
TV remote.
TV remote's number 10. All right, you got him. There are two remaining.
Right.
You've got one strike left. What's your last guess?
Oh, boy.
Here? Or second to last guess?
Oh, boy. We're 3-2 on the bottom of the ninth on this one. I think of, I don't know, everything I've personally taken. You said toilet seats were done?
We're done. Yes. All right, you're running out of time. I'm going to go to break. Just give me one more guess. You can do it.
All right. The ice bucket.
That's not on the list. You're close up. You did all right, man. You got 8 out of 10. Here are the 10 things that people steal from hotel rooms the most. Remote control comes in 10th place. One he missed, dishes. As far as the glassware goes,
Okay.
Some hotels that have kitchenettes end up getting their silverware taken and plates as well.
Damn.
Alarm clock 8, hair dryer was 7, pillows are number 6, blanket number 5, toiletries 4, hangers comes in at 3rd. The one I figure he guessed first, bathrobes. They're the second most stolen item, and towels are number 1. All right.
You're turning 16. I'm assuming maybe you're playing JV or maybe you're going up to varsity this year. But here's the thing. We watched yesterday, right? Sam Darnold, right? 5 teams or whatever. All these different players, coaches. He had to sit back and wait. Now he's good. He's a champion. So if you go up to varsity, maybe you got to spend a couple games on the bench there, paying attention, getting better, doing the little stuff. Then you'll get to play.
Guys, please wish Amber a very happy 38th birthday. Please give her the dirtiest of dirty Germans and a suck it up cupcake. Love her bestie. Lots of love from her bestie, Mandy.
So, suck it up, cupcake!
Yeah, I like that your name is Amber. You make me want to be a mosquito and get stuck in amber.
Yeah, I think we're all going to hurt her.
Nah. My aunt's been back and forth with breast cancer for like the last 30 years. And it just keeps it keeps coming back, and it's a big to-do for obvious reasons every time. But I'm telling you, this woman is so positive. I'm like, I swear to God, it's like the positive power of positive thinking with her. She's just like, yeah, I got nothing I can do, man. Let's just keep fighting. I've never met anyone who's, and I know a lot of it's just show for the family, but still, I'm like, most people don't have that much positive energy even to put on a show for the family, man. It is amazing.
And chemo will wipe you out.
Yep.
What spilled, dropped, broke, or caught on fire? 206-803-ROCK.
That said, this same aunt has a vast collection of wigs now, and she goes, look, Stephen Gregory, let me tell you about the thing about chemo. Now that I can't grow my hair, baby, I got the most beautiful hair in the world. How you want me to look? This. Like, to her, that's a benefit.
It's a bonus.
Well, she's like, my hair never grew this beautiful when I was fine.
Well, I think I've told you, and sadly, my cousin Christina ended up passing away from it.
Yeah.
But we have a mutual friend that buzzes his hair, but he has hair. Right? So, like, me and my cousins, who are all bald, are kind of giving him crap. Like, why do you buzz your hair? You can grow it out or whatever. And my cousin Christina, she takes off her hat and goes, yeah, why would you choose to look like us? I mean, when a person with cancer is chirping you because they're in and out of chemo, there's not much you can say.
You don't like long hair? Okay.
Right.
But you know what, Brian? You reminded me why I choose not to host things like Super Bowl parties. Because we have a fairly large house, and somebody did ask, do you guys want to host? And normally I'm not against it, but I'm like, look, man, and my wife and I agreed. One, we don't feel like doing the cleanup, but I'm like, in this particular case, everyone would bring their kids. And I'm like, look, when football's on, you tend to get a little more locked, especially the Super Bowl, right? You are locked into this game. Mm-hmm. The kids are running crazy. I know they're going to be in the basement, but 9 times out of 10 after we do this thing, I find something broken or something stained, and I lose my freaking mind.
What did you finish at yesterday? What, you guys, minus 16?
We were we were 8 under. We were minus 18. We beat you by 1 stroke.
Yeah, we were minus 17. I thought that was going to be good enough.
How
much money did you win?
It was a 4-way tie for first place.
Yeah, I know we came in 5th.
So we got $350, $88.50.
All right, not bad. Hey, that pays for the price.
And as far as the Super Bowl goes, I give it up to the Double D, the lady, man. She took care of everything while I was out golfing with the boys.
Wow, nice. That's why she didn't care the plate was on fire.
That's a keeper.
And now, the Men's Room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you are about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright. Or what some people call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played actors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,472. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and my cop, Montgomery, and you, Hardeman's Road. On tap today, Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show join us once again. We will sit and spin. Friday night, we get yachty and naughty for live night. So today, the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack.
All right, here we go. College professor sends a postcard to all his family and friends, just letting them know that he is dead. Meanwhile, a child changes his parents' Wi-Fi hotspot on a plane. Then here comes the feds. Japan lost claim reward system can be easy money if you're a thief. A firefighter rescues a cow that got stuck in mud beneath. And a model is accused of wearing a bikini while skiing.
So?
Because she was wearing a bikini while she was skiing.
Clutch your pearls.
That's all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. Great news if you're an astronaut and enjoy scrolling through TikTok. Those sexy bastards at NASA, they announced that astronauts are now permitted to bring their smartphones into space. Now, the idea is that astronauts can now capture personal moments to share with their families. Sweet stuff, sure, because after all, connection with family is everything. And our phones allow us to stay in touch. For example, in the skies of Georgia, a pilot of a single-engine plane, he realized he didn't have the power to make it to the airport. So he wanted air traffic control to call his wife and tell her that he loved her. Well, 10 minutes later, he was like, yeah, never mind. He ended up landing the plane on a highway and not dying, which is good on two levels. One, he survived. Two, as I said to Miles, he didn't confess something terrible to his wife only to survive. Because look, in that moment, yes, it's beautiful. He said, tell my wife I love her. It could have been, tell my wife I've been sleeping with her sister. Tell my wife there's a dead body, and then you survive. That's a whole lot of something. I'm glad he just stopped at, I love you. And yes, the man did survive, not without injury, but he did manage to land a plane on a highway. But always be careful what you say, especially when you're on the phone and you're leaving a voicemail where you know that you're being recorded. But that simple truth, apparently a school principal wasn't paying attention to that, ended up losing his job after he left an anti-Semitic voicemail with the parent. Now, I'm not saying you can't do that, just maybe don't. But as much as phones have become an extension of our existence, they can also cause us more trouble than they're frickin' worth. Not that I'm bitter. And today, that's what the question's about. Like, look, man, you got a phone. Sometimes it saves the day. Sometimes it ruins the day. And that's what today's question is all about. So today, we want to know, brought to you by our friends at Advanced Air Restoration, how did your phone do you good? Or how did your phone do you dirty?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. all live. What could possibly go wrong?
Make it easy.
I know people who throw hot dogs and hamburgers on the grill, which doesn't seem like something that most people in this country could do, in the middle of February.
Sure.
But we can in the Pacific
Well,
Northwest.
last year Mike came over with us and had ribs and what'd you have? Pulled pork.
Ooh, that's
It
solid.
was.
Yeah, barbecue's good.
And he
Barbecue.
homemade a sauce.
What if I came over with a salad?
It's fine. Just don't put it on the table with the main
Okay,
stuff.
all right.
Yeah, I hope you eat salad the rest of the week.
I just feel like it's more guy food, so to speak.
Oh, you mean a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, whatever form that is. It's just more hands food you eat with your hands instead of utensils.
I'll be honest with you, like you need greens and salads, but Super Bowl Sunday, I don't know that
It's a cheat day, man.
I don't know that really belongs.
No, you're supposed to eat like crap.
And you don't want to be that guy.
And
I've seen it done before, and they were like, "Well, it's really good." It's like, dude, I'm sure I like salads, but not today.
It's just not the day for it.
Outside of Thanksgiving,
I don't even eat salad, but I don't care if it exists. But on Super Bowl Sunday, what are you doing? What are you thinking? This isn't right.
well, outside of Thanksgiving, typically if you go get wings, you get an order of 8 or whatever, and you eat the whole order of wings, but you don't have 10 other things that you can graze on. So the most full I ever am, Thanksgiving's number one for sure, because I eat all day. I get 2 or 3 plates as the day goes on. And then Super Bowl Sunday.
Super Bowl Sunday's a big one.
More so than any other holiday, that's a favorite.
Well, also too is I've been to parties where it's a pretty big group of people, but you're right, everybody brings something. So once the game's over, then it's I guess we keep eating.
Yeah. Deviled eggs, never a problem with that.
Nope, deviled eggs are more than welcome.
All the good stuff. Ted's Meat Potatoes coming up and going to the Super Bowl at 4:30. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy. It's an easy game to play. We spin the category wheel. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Got a new biggest dummy last week. That would be Ray, who took 7 questions to get one right. And as what we do when we play Big Dummy, we like to do a little men's room poll. The last time we played the game, we asked you if you could pick one. What would you pick if you got caught having sex with one of these objects? Mm-hmm. And the reason for that was there was a guy that was busted by multiple people having sex with a Roomba vacuum cleaner.
Yep. Well, he was caught by multiple people because he was doing it in people's front yards.
That is correct, yes. But we found some other people who had like to have sex with all kinds of objects. You name it. People have tried to have sex with everything.
If it exists, someone has tried to have sex with it, I'm convinced.
Under the sun. I mean, everything from couches to chairs to other things. But these are actual items that people have attempted
Dinghies, pool noodles. I just remember these from the news. Thinking back.
Yep. The jet in a hot tub.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So coming in fourth place, a guy was actually caught having sex with a hole in a picnic table. So much so that the neighbor ended up videotaping him doing it 3 separate occasions. Mm-hmm. He had over 4 hours of footage of this guy making love to a picnic table before he turned that into police.
Which means someone at the police had to sit there and watch 4 hours of a guy effing a picnic table.
If 1 hour and one time wasn't enough, he recorded it 3 more times just to make sure. So obviously, it piqued his interest in some way.
Yeah, he watched it for 4 hours, dude.
1% of you said you would have sex with a picnic table. So that came in fourth. In third place, and this is an actual thing, 3% picked a car. And there's an actual name for this. And there's a guy that had sex, he said, with over 80 separate automobiles. And at one point, he also had sex with a helicopter.
Yes, and he gave each automobile a name, and brother had no shame. He was very open about sharing it.
Based on the idea from the poll.
I believe the exhaust pipe, right?
I guess.
I mean, if I said, Miles, have sex with that car, we kill you. I mean, I'm just going exhaust pipe.
That's low to the ground.
I don't know.
Depends on what kind of seat you have.
Oh, you're going inside? I just assumed that this guy, when you say you have sex with the car, and I don't know, I assume you're on the exterior of the car, but you're right. There's probably more goodies on the inside.
I just hope it's not the gas tank.
Mm-hmm.
Roomba vacuum cleaner came in second at 8%. Overall, you said 88% if you could have sex with one of the items that we gave you to select. Apple pie.
That's America, baby.
Came in first place. Okay. Now, on to the Super Bowl we go for this week's Men's Room Poll. As we know, with the head chef coming up, we're going to get into the world of food. Unfortunately, you are going to the saddest Super Bowl party on earth, as far as the food is concerned.
Right.
Not the game. And as you said, Steve, it's more about the game than anything else. But you're going to be able to eat only one of these items. And we picked some really good ones. Your first choice is the traditional Jell-O mold that includes the fruit on the inside.
Is that what, like, is it like orange slices, marshmallows, and
it's a very
like
Midwestern
pretzels
thing
or something in there? Like, I've seen
you can
it.
do whatever you want with the Jell-O mold.
That one's good.
That's the what, ambrosia?
The Jell-O mold is like Miles is saying, it's like round.
Yeah.
And there's stuff inside of it.
Yeah.
Is that one with like the
marshmallows
whipped
and pretzels
cream
and all that?
the pretzels, like that's good.
You put that like in a round cake pan, you know, kind of just like a donut looking thing. So Jell-O mold, you're gonna eat Jell-O all day during the Super Bowl. Your second choice, an obvious fan favorite, that would be the tuna casserole. Endless tuna casseroles all day, Sunday. That's all on you. Tuna casserole comprised of oftentimes egg noodles, also peas, a can, I believe, of cream of mushroom soup might go in there.
I believe it's cream of mushroom. I don't know why people add peas, just to make it worse.
And a can of tuna. So that's, if you liked it growing up, you liked it. The nights when I came home, I could smell it when I opened the door, and I thought, oh, God, no. It's tuna casserole night. This is absolutely awful.
We had it almost every Friday.
Really? Oh, 'cause no meat?
Yeah, and it was always like with egg noodles.
Yeah. And believe it or not, like
Miles is bitching about that in the hall. To nothing waste the egg noodles.
Egg noodles are great.
are for good. Why would you do that?
The thing is, like, I get it now, but I feel like I was an annoying kid.
Yeah.
So the cream of mushroom soup really threw me off. Now, I'm sure you couldn't taste the mushrooms, but I remember I'd pick out each little speck.
Yeah, I mean, it's what kids and people like myself do.
growing up in West Virginia, kind of landlocked there as far as seafood options are concerned.
Sure.
We did not get fresh fish.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go out and catch like a little trout, try to eat that damn thing, but they were farmed to taste like dog food. Yes, you could eat catfish, but for the most part, we really never had a lot of fish growing up unless we went to the beach, to Ocean City, Maryland, and we were able to eat crab and everything else. So that was my mom's excuse to get fish into our diet.
What, tuna fish?
The tuna casserole.
Well, the tuna casserole.
The tuna casserole.
How about just regular tuna salad? I'll just make a sandwich.
That would have been better.
Yes.
In my mind.
Which is weird, because we ate tuna sandwiches.
I would too.
But I'm with Miles. Like,
don't make
night,
it hot.
It was tuna casserole.
Well, it seemed to me like my mom needed 2% at dinner, and a tuna fish sandwich back then was something that you would more likely have for lunch.
You're not wrong. I would just say, certainly as an adult now, but even as a kid, if a sandwich was for dinner, I'm perfectly okay with it. And I know as a parent, you want to do better and all that. Don't.
So you just
give
dig
the
in.
kids
I'm with you. I'm 45. I can eat a turkey sandwich for dinner.
I am fine with it. By the way, Hank Hillmatic here from YouTube talking about Jell-O molds. It says, my grandmother, apparently, in the 1960s and 70s, would make lime Jell-O molds with celery, cottage cheese, and carrots. Dude, that sounds so bad. Lime Jell-O with celery and carrots.
I'm telling you, man, that's a Midwest thing to do.
The lime Jell-O was the first thing you point out there. I love lime Jell-O.
No, what I'm saying is you take lime Jell-O, you go, okay, add vodka, you get a shot.
Yeah,
Give it to a kid, but you added celery and carrots and cottage cheese.
Your third option. This is a cult classic. People either love them or they hate them. Vienna sausages.
Nope.
Mow on them all day long during the Super Bowl.
You can't mow on a meat that dissolves in your mouth. I also want to add no meat should dissolve in your mouth.
And maybe the worst of them all, because we tasted a lot of these a few years back on a challenge as far as just canned meat product. That would be plain old ham spread. If you don't know what ham spread is, it's basically just finely chopped ham. And it's got some kind of sauce.
It's supposed to be ham, red onion, mayo, and relish.
But it doesn't necessarily taste like, it sounds like basic ingredients. But when you eat it, if your eyes were closed, you would not be able to identify any one of those.
I'm going to pick ham spread.
You're taking ham spread.
My mom made it, like, after Easter. She was, like, famous for it.
But she homemade it, right?
She did. She had, like, one of those old school meat grinders that you put on your table.
Yeah.
And she would just take all the leftover meat off the ham and then make this ham salad. And I mean, like, my grandfather would drive over to pick it up.
I love chicken salad. I love tuna salad. I love any kind of pasta or potato salad.
Sure.
For the most part. I don't know what it is about ham spread or ham salad that I just don't like.
I don't mind.
I've had salmon salad, not
what
bad.
Ted says,
shrimp salad,
I would be down with because it's homemade. I don't know what it is. The stuff out of the can, to me, like when you smell it, it smells like dog food. Right? I don't know what they do different in the can. Like, guys, it's just ham and some vegetables. What happens in the can? I think it smells like.
I think I'm taking
to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
KISW.
All the patrol is away we go. Welcome to the 21st Amendment season, episode number 4,472. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we are joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. We're going to sit and spin in honor of Live Night Friday night. The theme, getting yachty and naughty. We've got the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time. Some of these you might even hear on Friday night at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
I honestly only know 2 of the songs they're playing. I have no idea what else they're playing, man.
It's because you're doing the show.
Because I'm not playing with the new originals. Yeah, I'm just actually doing the show. But the truth is, man, that some of those tunes are hard to learn.
Yeah, well, they're great tunes. I mean, look, it's a guilty pleasure. We all have guilty pleasures.
Are they still guilty pleasures? Or we officially, because with yacht rock now, I feel like, look, it used to be a guilty pleasure, but now with yacht rock, it's like you can proudly say, like, yeah, I like yacht rock.
Well, you hear it a lot more. Like, you'll hear it a lot more in the grocery store, which, you would expect anyway. But
that's not really
no, but more in just mainstream and bars, people playing that stuff where I'm just like, oh, really? Somebody picked that one? Okay. So the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time is coming up at 4:30. What else do we have? We have the calm before the storm. Everything that we have read today leads us to believe that you do not want to drive downtown tomorrow.
No, come on.
It's going to be an absolute mess. The police have put up
and also
bunch
there's
of
a
different
parade.
Bulletins. Yes, as far as buses go.
I mean, Seattle can't figure it out on the best of days. So tomorrow is going to be a nightmare.
Check where your bus is dropping you off tomorrow, because it's not going to be at your regularly scheduled stop more than likely. You have to remember, I don't know what they're doing with 3rd. I'm assuming it's still running, but definitely check with your bus schedule as well, because there is a chance that they might drop you off at either the beginning of the parade route or at the end if you're heading downtown. Yeah. And not that Seattle's the worst city in the United States to walk. It's one of the best. But just know, wear some comfortable shoes if you're coming down here.
Oh, yeah.
Wear some warm clothes. The route of this parade, and we know this from where we sit on 5th. Look, it might be a beautiful day in Seattle. It might be sunny as
it's supposed to be, I believe, sunny and 51 or something.
Okay, just know downtown where we are, it is complete shade.
Correct.
For the most part.
You'll be colder downtown.
With these buildings and everything else, dress a little bit more warm than you think you need to, because once you get down here, and sometimes it can be just an absolute wind tunnel, especially where we're located.
I would also say, though, if they're estimating 1 million people, I think body heat alone would be fine.
You'd probably be all right. You'd probably be all right. But either way, come prepared. Have a big one here, all right? Figure out a plan, no matter where you are, on where you can go to the bathroom, all right? Scope those areas.
From my experience downtown, anywhere along 3rd Avenue is fine.
Well, yeah.
Anywhere.
Correct.
Anywhere.
Correct.
Middle of the street, sidewalk, storefront, doesn't matter.
If you got to walk in and get a beer someplace or a soda or a coffee just to be able to use the bathroom, figure out where those locations are, because you're more than likely going to need that too. So we are going to give it our best effort to be here for you tomorrow, because we're all coming from different parts of the city. Mike, you're coming up from Tacoma. So we're going to do our best. Just know that as far as exit ramps, entrance ramps on I-5, a lot of those will be closed. 90's got some stuff going on as well. So whatever your route is, I don't know everything. I know some of the stuff I've read. But be sure to just check it out way ahead of time to make sure.
Like now.
Because as they say, you might just be able to get in a one-way loop down here where you're not moving. There are some streets that are going to be completely blocked off in those access points. So just figure it out, and if you can do everything possible to keep yourself from driving downtown, do that tomorrow, because it's going to be an absolute S show. Okay, on to the program and the question. We're going to talk about phones today. Sometimes, your phone could be your friend, help you out of kind of a sticky situation. Other times, it can send you down an absolutely wrong route and just absolutely get you lost.
Sure.
To the point where you don't even know where you are. Sometimes your phone can accidentally send things to people that you don't want them to, or maybe you slip up.
Your phone did not accidentally do anything. You accidentally hit the wrong button, and then your phone said, sure.
Yes. And there's all kinds of cases out there where your phone is going to be your friend, and sometimes it's going to be your worst enemy. And we start with this story. As NASA is now loosening one of its more old-school rules, it's finally letting astronauts take smartphones into space. They announced a cruise on the upcoming Crew 12 mission to the International Space Station, and the Artemis 2 lunar flyby will be allowed to bring the latest smartphones.
Well, they're sure they want to do that.
Well, the
I'm
device
just saying for the Artemis one, because they're like, look, man, there's no guarantees that these guys land because there's something wrong with the heat shield. So it might be their last text is, I love you.
Right. Also, if I'm in a rocket headed into space, man, I'm going to pretty well focus on doing whatever job I got.
That's been my thought with this.
It's kind of like don't drive and text.
Like
to me,
I don't just when you're in space, like everything is so critical. I can't imagine they're like, dude, trying to play Wordle. I mean, maybe they have time to do that. I do get it though. They said, look, it's not so much like you can just call home because honestly,
well, the devices go into space so they can capture personal moments with their families and share photos and video with the public. Now, I don't know that this necessarily means that they're going to be able to make a phone call from
I do not believe you.
That is not going to be the technology. You're not
But
being
they're going to try.
Like, you up? I'm in space. Like you're not going to be able to send anything out like that.
Everyone's going to try. You have to.
Well, you might when you're flying by your home country there, in orbit.
I see you.
I see Florida. Maybe I'll give my dad a text, whatever. They framed the move as part of a broader push to streamline NASA's hardware approval process, which he suggested has become clogged and outdated with different requirements. Getting electronics qualified for spaceflight typically involves extensive testing.
Mm-hmm.
But he said NASA's qualified modern hardware for spaceflight to the timeline and argued that challenging legacy rules will help the agency move faster on science and exploration in orbit and on the lunar surface. The shift also underscores how far NASA's onboard imaging tech had fallen behind on consumer gear, which it had. Before the new policy, the most advanced cameras slated to fly on Artemis II were a Nikon DSLR, which came out in 2016.
Yeah, I mean, it's bureaucracy. Well, in this case, it's not necessarily bureaucracy. It's this. You and I get the green light to do whatever scientific endeavor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Congress says we're gonna appropriate the money for this. The problem is, you and I put this whole thing together. It takes 9 years, but
that's correct.
All of the specs are for the tech we have now. So imagine like your iPhone. 9 years from now, things are going to be obsolete, right? But at the moment we design it, it's whatever the current iPhone is. And by the time you launch, like my kids would laugh at the crap they have on the
they have GoPros that are over a decade old.
Yeah, exactly.
A pair of iPhone 4s also flew on the final space shuttle program mission in 2011.
That's what
one of the biggest just absolute debacles I've ever had involving my phone personally. Down with a family in Manzanita, Oregon, which is a little bit south of Cannon Beach, and we were leaving very early on Sunday morning. We all had a gig at Emerald Downs that day.
Ah, yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And so at one point in time, I punch in the quickest route. So they're giving me I said, I want the quickest one, not thinking that it would be where this thing was going to take me.
Yeah.
We start heading over the mountains. And when we're heading over the mountains, we're starting to go a little bit more south, kind of even south of Portland, kind of just the way this road was going was more Eugene-ish. But then I realized up ahead, we're going to make a left.
Right.
Now, the road that we're making a left on is a Forest Service road.
Exactly where you want to be.
But it was wide. It was gravel, but it was one of the bigger ones, right?
Yeah.
And I figured, all right, well, probably cutting us over so that we can get back on a main road and shoot, north. And I'm scrolling out, and it's all green, and, there's a little dot there where our road is. It is a gravel road. It has got a lot of switchbacks in it. We get to the top of this mountain, and then the road narrows. Now, keep in mind, this is like in August or July when we did this event.
Yeah.
So the service road is open. This road would have been closed in the winter.
Of course.
No questions asked. And I realized now we're on this road, and it's a logging road, basically, essentially. We're on this road for about 5 miles. And then we just keep going and winding, and there's nothing. But it still says, you are on the fastest route. Sure. Okay? Yeah. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. All right. So this takes us on about an hour and a half longer route than we needed to get on.
How did it figure that this was your best route to take?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. This was like Apple Maps, or I believe at the time.
Still.
Which is what I had. I'm pretty sure.
It's sometimes they take you way off, but it's still right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's always that tough, like, do we trust it? Do we not trust it?
Right.
And yours is having a fever dream.
Yeah. Now, there are times on this drive where I completely lose cell service. Completely. And I also did not bring a phone charger with me. I don't know why. I just forgot the damn thing. But I didn't have one. I didn't have one compatible with the car.
Right.
Like the car was so old, you couldn't just plug in a USB or stuff. I needed like a cigarette lighter, phone charger type deal, which I did not have. I had one that plugged into a wall outlet, and it's draining the battery trying to find a signal.
Yeah.
So as it's searching for a signal, so I got to turn it off, but that's not helping me with navigation.
Sure.
All these things are happening. Finally, get to pavement, and I mean, I'm serious. We were on that road for an hour and a half, and it seemed like days. It just seemed like days going by. Like,
is anyone asking you questions?
My kids in the back, like, where are we, Dad?
Right.
I'm like, that's a great question. I don't know, but the clock's ticking on this thing. I think I need to be at Emerald Downs at noon.
Yeah.
Or 1. Finally make it to Longview, and then get on I-5. Now, lo and behold, at this point in time, there was the construction that you know right now to be in DuPont and in Lakewood. That whole stretch of road, JBLM, is completely under construction. They've got it down to like a lane or two, as they do on the weekends when most people are on the road. Now we are in dead stop traffic. I mean, we are not moving. And I do remember this little nugget. I told this story on the air before, but it's getting to the point, man, where my bladder's about ready to explode.
Yeah.
But the good news is the car is not really running. So I said, baby, I'm going to go pee. You just jump in the driver's seat. If traffic moves forward, I can walk up.
Right. You're not leaving me behind.
So we're like right where I pulled over, or right where we stopped. There was like a highway bridge, and we were at the very end of it. Fortunately,
yeah.
I jump over the guardrail, and there's a little walkway down the side underneath this bridge. So I just basically get to chest height. I'm not looking under there. I start peeing, and I hear, "Hey, man, hey, what are you doing?" And I look under there, and there's like 500 homeless people under the bridge.
You're peeing on their stuff.
Well, I'm peeing on the trail that leads down to like where they're living. And I'm like, oh, guys, Jesus, man, sorry. Like, I had no idea. It's like, don't worry, bro. Happens more than you think. You'd be surprised. Like, people stop in this spot and go down because it was an obvious trail.
Yeah.
From where they were, going back and forth. So I started peeing. I'm like, Jesus Christ, get back in the car. I'm like, there's 5 homeless guys. But if you didn't walk over there, you would not know that we were on a bridge.
Exactly.
So I'd explain, like, look, we just went over a bridge, believe it or not. There's a bunch of homeless people down there. So I think I posted at Emerald Downs about 45 minutes to an hour late.
Okay.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, but at the same point in time in the car going like, just, your nerves going nuts. You're like, I cannot believe, because we left him plenty of time.
Sure.
Everything's going to be fine.
That's what's worse.
And there was nothing I could do. But my phone, man, it just did me dirty.
Yeah.
It really did. It was just, I never should have been put on a service road, even if I picked quickest route possible, because there was no way. It might have been the quickest distance between 2 locations.
Sure, but it's not the quickest method.
Right,
Yeah.
with that road. I mean, at one point in time, like, I drove through a stream, in my car. Like,
Keep going.
I had to get out, like, look and say, how deep is this? Like 3 or 4 inches. I can make it. I drove through a stream, kept on driving. I'm like, this is not it. This cannot be the frickin' road.
My father is super old school when it comes to stuff like that, right? So he's always been a map guy and always yell at me and my brother because, look, I don't care who you are. As a child, I believe that it is physically impossible to refold a street map correctly.
Yes.
Right? Then he'd bitch about the seams, the whole nine, but I'm like, you're the one who has to open it. Anyway, that went on for years. And then one thing he would do, and again, this is pretty GPS and all that stuff, if people had questions how to get somewhere, he'd pull out graph paper. And I'm telling this guy, I don't know if he is like a cartographer in a past life or something, but I mean, he can map out anything. So even to this day, it does not matter where he is. He will get a paper map or he'll noodle it out himself. So, my mother's like, Robert, just use GPS. He's like, I don't trust it. She says, why not? He says, because it doesn't drive. That's his whole position. He said, drivers just know something that satellites don't, which, like in your case, maybe you know about this.
I just thought it was a quick shortcut.
Maybe you don't. He will not use it. But what's almost annoying about him is he doesn't get lost. People have GPS and still get lost and make wrong turns. If GPS even suggests something he's suspect of, he's like, I don't believe that. And of course, my mother, why don't you believe that? Blah, blah, blah. He is right about 99.9% of the time. He's like, he just has this weird gut instinct. And he's very basic in how he sees things. He's like, I would not make a left here because blah, 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 blah. GPS doesn't drive. It doesn't know. Now, look, I don't have a problem with GPS. But if I'm with my father, I would rather him just pull it out of his brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, that he should be the GPS. He should be like a real-time GPS.
It's like hiking. When we were hiking as kids, we would go out for 5 or 6 days. In the summer, we would go for a week. We would just do a big loop. Our parents would drop us off someplace, and they'd pick us up probably close to the same location.
Sure.
And we had a topographical map, and we had a compass. And basically, we had to, orient our way through, orienteering and figure out where we were. And that was kind of the fun part, one of the funner parts of the trip.
That is the fun part, right?
Yeah,
That's just the point of it, right?
You could see how far you were from certain places, what the terrain was going to be like before you got there. You could identify certain points, but you could get a pretty good eye on where you were, just based on that paper map.
Yeah, because that's what they're for. And I get, GPS is very convenient, but, I don't know, man. There's something about just using your brain sometimes. And I get it if you're taking, a cross-country trip, but it drives me nuts. I got to find this place in Magnolia. Just look at dude, you don't need GPS. We can figure this out. Come on.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong?
In the cream cheese, add about 3 whole pickles, blend to a consistency of a thick milkshake. Add a splash of juice if needed, if it's too thin, and put it in the fridge. Personally, I like zesty dills, or the best was homemade spicy garlic dills. Wavy Lays are the perfect delivery device. That from Bernie the Glass Man. Sounds pretty good. He says, love you guys, go Hawks.
It does not sound good, but I hate pickles. That's everything about it sounds good except the pickles.
I am not kidding. I just printed off that recipe.
I believe you. Well, you're a pickle apologist.
I love pickles.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Guys, you know what? I could be your pickle pal.
My pickle pal? Look, I don't normally like pickles, but Ted's my pickle pal, so I'm going to go, let's order some frickles.
No.
I got a pickle pal.
I make a really good smoked mac and cheese that is requested every time there is a big gathering. Here's another one. Guys, I got handed down my late stepmother's super secret family recipe spinach dip. I have to make it for family gatherings or special events, but I'm the only one who knows. It's a recipe on the back of the not vegetable mix package.
Oh, dude, I make the same dip.
Oh,
You
really?
make that one too?
It's got to be the same one because it's 5 ingredients, right? Mayonnaise, sour cream.
Super secret. I just said that.
But the Knox is,
family
got to
recipe.
find that Knox vegetable stuff.
Yeah. Guys, I have a bunch of duck that I shot in my freezer. Also have a deer that someone ran over right in front of my driveway. I don't know if that counts, though, if I can go to the, cotton shot party.
Yeah, like our buddy, what's it, Arn up in Alaska? Mm-hmm. He sent me some moose, but he shot it. I didn't.
All right, but say you have the caught and shot party.
Okay.
Now, I happened to hit this deer in my car by accident, but I hit it. I mean, I'm responsible for its death. I have prepared it, and I'm bringing over some deer jerky. Am I still invited?
Yeah, it caught the grill of your car.
Okay. See, I appreciate where you're coming from.
And one more, grilled bacon wrap meatloaf on a cedar plank and cedar plank mashed potatoes.
And
I would say less.
Sounds pretty good. All right, time for a couple of birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly. But again, Sunday, because of the Hawks in the Super Bowl, you are free to dip irresponsibly. Dip irresponsibly.
One day only.
One day only. Right, Miles?
Good morning, it says.
good morning.
My boyfriend Micah is a loyal listener to the Men's Room. I was hoping you guys could wish him a birthday shout out today. Happy birthday, my love. Cheers to the best year yet. I love you. That from Nasia. I hope I said that right. Nasia? Or Nasia. I'm not sure. Or if you guys want to try saying I love you in Bosnia, no pressure, Volum T, I believe.
Volum T?
Yeah, thanks so much. See you at the next live show. That from Nasia. Dealer's
T.
choice, Mike, on the...
Happy Chinooka.
On the Bosnian boyfriend there. Men's Room. First time emailer, long time listener. Love the show. Want to wish my best friend and dad, Keith, a very happy birthday today. He's 57 years old. So can he get the German words of wisdom on getting older and some good old dad jokes for Miles? Appreciate the shout out from the Men's Room. Cheers, guys. That from Ryan.
Yeah, the secret to Germans about getting older, but still maintaining a certain level of sexiness is simply this. You buy yourself some hair dye, but don't use it upstairs, use it downstairs. Shave your head, lie about your age.
Yeah. Sure, I'm 45. What's the penis? He looks like he's 23.
Yeah. Little hair dye downstairs, you know.
It's got a fro.
Dad Joke Friday.
That's the closest to a fro I've ever had.
What, your pubes?
Yeah.
Don't do them all. Guys, is today a Chinese holiday?
I don't know.
Because this day is Be Dragon.
This day be dragon. No one says it better than you, Miles.
Chinese holiday.
Yeah.
Did we miss Lunar New Year? Did it already happen?
Lunar New Year's, right? It's the year of the horse this year.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Nay.
A little boy asks his father where babies come from. He says, the stork. Kid says, yeah, I know that, but who F's the stork? Why did the clinic smell like pee?
Why?
Because the therapist.
Okay, all right.
I applied for a job making sandwiches.
Oh, yeah?
Unfortunately, the role has been filled. Couple more. What did the Aussie say when he ran out of toilet paper? What did the Aussie say when he ran out of toilet paper?
Crappy.
Bidet, mate. Guys, I was in a porn movie. Do you know that?
No.
Yeah. I played the husband leaving the house when the plumber comes in. And finally, in Hawaii, what do you call a very quiet laugh? In Hawaii, what do you call a very quiet laugh?
A very quiet laugh?
In Hawaii.
I don't know.
Aloha.
Okay. That's fine. All right. Overthought that one.
Aloha. Aloha.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you. BG.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here. Old Machola is catching up on the podcast while on the plane from Australia to the United States.
All right.
Okay. Most expensive thing I bought is the subject. And the thing that brings me joy is my 2015 Porsche 911 GT3.
Okay.
Cost me $268,000.
Jeez. Wow, man.
But every time I drive it, it's an experience, and I love it. Don't regret it for a second. I drive it everywhere. Most amazing car I have ever had. LARP on Ted, cheers. That's from Aaron in Melbourne, Australia. A $268,000 car better be amazing every time you drive it.
Oh, we'll see a picture of it Tuesday. He's popping in.
Oh, is he?
Oh, is that right?
Oh, right on.
Yeah, he's down. He was down in Mexico doing some business. Then he's flying up here a day early so he could be in Seattle on Sunday during the big game.
Ah, that makes sense.
I see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we beam our satellites to San Francisco, California. Jen Mueller, Seahawks sideline reporter. How are you?
Fantastic. And guys, look, I always love your show. I listen all the time. I am so appreciative of you today, especially. So I popped into an establishment to enjoy just a beverage on my Friday afternoon. I'm enjoying my beverage, and you know what's playing on the TV in front of me?
What?
Super Bowl 49. Guys, I have actively avoided watching the game for 11 freaking years. 11 years. I have not gone back to watch this game, and suddenly it is right there in front of me, and I'm like, well, crap.
Yeah.
So I love
Earl,
you guys more than ever today.
Earl
So
Thomas
thank you
does lay
for
out
saving.
Gronkowski in that game. I mean, at least there's that one shot.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. Jen, how's the week been down there?
It's been awesome. The weather is awesome. The guys have been fantastic. The vibe is right where you'd hope it would be with the team. Media Row is actually in San Fran. There is a huge buzz. There's a lot of fans that are going into San Fran for the fan experience and all of that. It's been great, and I cannot wait to get to game day.
So all of the activities are in San Francisco proper, not down at the stadium.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Because I've been
So
there
the
for
Seahawks
one
are in
game.
San Jose. Yep.
Yeah, I went there for one game, and we stayed in downtown San Francisco, right near Chinatown. We're like, this is great. And they had a shuttle bus take us to the stadium. And San Francisco is bad traffic. But again, 3 hours later, we arrived at the stadium. And I'm like, how are you even called the San Francisco 49ers? Jesus Christ.
Should be the Sacramento
That's
something.
brutal.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Right.
Absolutely ridiculous.
How, as far as what you're just eyeballing things, does it seem like there are more Seahawks fans or more Patriot fans?
I'm a little bit biased because I am staying out with the Seahawks, right? So I'm seeing a lot of Seahawks people. You know what I'm actually seeing a lot of? 49ers fans.
Yeah, well,
yeah, I can believe that.
I mean, that makes sense. Like, it makes sense. But when we were at Media Day on Monday and they announced the Seahawks on the stage and there's this huge, the boos are incredible. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of Patriots fans. And then I looked around and I was like, no, you idiot, they're 49ers fans.
Yeah, but Jen, how nice is it to be in their locker room? I mean, I honestly, boo all you want. You're not here.
Yeah, Ted was pointing out, they're spray painting the Seahawks name in their end zone. And the Seahawks are taking over their locker room. So, put your professionalism aside. Does that not feel good?
Yeah. It does. It does. Funny enough, so I am just kind of walking around a part of San Jose that is not near the team hotel, and I ran into KJ Wright. So former Super Bowl champ, all-time Seahawk legend, now a coach on the 49ers staff.
Oh.
And so we give each other a big hug, and I'm like, KJ, are you going to the game? He's like, nope, I sold my tickets. I was like, are you going to come by? Are you going to say hi to us? He was like, nope.
Oh.
The mighty 99.9 KISW and KISW HD1 Seattle. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
Couple of comments come in. As far as the astronauts being able to use their phone.
Yeah.
Guy says the International Space Station has Wi-Fi. Think about it. Starlink uses satellites to provide internet to people on Earth. With smartphones, astronauts can use Wi-Fi calling and do regular internet activities.
Okay, but here's my question, right? So I call a long-distance number. I just use the area code, no one. Does that apply when I'm in space? Are there long
space
charges? Yeah.
Space charge? I don't know.
Because if I'm NASA, look, you can make the call. You just got to pay your own bill.
Trying to think of the farthest phone call I've ever made. Dad, I know you talked to a bunch of friends in Australia. That's pretty good amount of.
It'd be
my daughter. It'd be my daughter in Namibia.
In Africa, yeah.
In Namibia.
We had Aaron in here today. Yeah, we always talk over messaging stuff. I'm not sure I've actually called him.
Okay.
I've called my buddy in London, and then when I went to London, you could just adjust your phone for a few days and pay extra money. But probably
that's what I did.
Probably Munich.
Yeah, I guess, you know what? Yeah, that's farthest. From Munich to call my wife back in Seattle.
And someone shares my pain miles. I swear I've been on that same stupid gravel road. I was highly expecting to come around a corner and have the road just end or disappear. I felt the exact same way.
Sure.
Because it kept getting narrower and narrower. And then it'd get a little bit more wide. I was like, all right, signs of life. Maybe we're going to be okay. Then it would get really narrow again. I'm just looking at my phone going, and when you're in a national forest or a state park or whatever the hell I was in, it's just green.
Yeah.
You can't, all your phone shows you is this little brown line going through and green everywhere. Yep. As much as I tried to zoom out, it wouldn't give me that enough perspective forward to see.
Because there's not enough to show you.
Is there an end of the road here? Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores, gentlemen.
Liquor and whores.
So I'm gonna say this was good, a little bit bad for me, but I was at the Mariners game when Cal Raleigh hit home run number 60
Nice.
And probably 30 seconds before that happened, everyone was standing up and energized and chanting, and my phone got knocked out of my hand and cracked the corner of the screen, which sucks. But probably 10 seconds after that, he hit home run number 60. So I've just refused to repair it since and called it good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, so say he gets
so
to 59 home runs. You're going to take that same crappy phone back, go down and watch the game, and at the moment he's at bat, just drop your phone again, just for good luck.
I'm going to snap it in half this time. I'm going to go hardcore.
So you still have... Okay, so let me ask you this. I had a cracked screen for a while. My wife kept saying, hey, just get a new phone. But I'm very stubborn with that. It costs too much. And like I said, I'm just not the guy that plays on his phone, so I don't really need one. But you have that, however you open it, your security code, you put up front. Because the screen kept cracking, little itty-bitty slivers of glass would embed themselves in my finger. And I never noticed at the time, but at some point... my screen was covered in blood, and it was just from my pointer finger.
Sliced up.
Right.
Jesus.
Have you? So I guess you're not at that point yet.
No, it's just the corner, and I've got like a phone protector film screen protector, so it's like holding the glass back. Pretty sure if I took that off, I'd be in your position, but it's just in the corner, so I'm avoiding it. If it was the whole screen effed up, I would probably replace it, but now I'm just calling it good luck because it doesn't affect me too much.
Are you planning on trying to get down to Seattle tomorrow?
Oh, God, I want to. I'm going to be real with you, gentlemen. I work tomorrow, but I might not work tomorrow.
Where do you work?
Oh, hey, you're a wild person.
Hey, man, they're expecting 1 million people, which means one third of the metropolitan area is not going to be at work.
The Ship Canal Bridge is still closed in 2 lanes going north.
Right.
So just the idea of traffic coming from the south, which, is a pretty normal commute for most people, and it's always backed up in the morning. But they're saying, like, look, don't be surprised if you get stopped down near the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah.
Don't let that shock you that you're going to be on I-5 for a good amount of time. So I don't know if you know the back roads or whatever, but there are no
Well,
back
and that's exactly why I don't want to work tomorrow. My job is mobile, so I drive all over the region for work, and I'm not about to deal with that tomorrow.
Honest to God, you should call off. If your job's mobile, I mean, look, I don't care if you drive trucks for a living. Like, look, tomorrow is not going to be your friend, man. It's just not.
Exactly.
And every agency is posting this stuff. Yeah. It's not just the police, it's the city, it's SDOT, it's everyone. From, the bus people, everybody. The ferry people, they're all putting out all this crap.
Everybody with common sense understands what's going to happen tomorrow because they expect 1 million people to show up downtown. Like, do the freaking math, man. I don't care who you are. This one's easy to figure out. So, Catherine, if you drive for a living anyway, how SC is traffic to you on a good day?
Oh, God, it's terrible. And for my company, I'm the only one who works for them in this entire area.
Oh.
So I can go to, Bainbridge Island and then down to Lacey and then up to Edmonds all in one day. And I'm just not wanting to deal with. I don't like dealing with it, period. Traffic's terrible. I feel like I'm always late to appointments. But tomorrow's really not the day.
What's your worst point A to point B? Like if you say I got to go from this place to that place, you're just like crap.
Well, one time, even though it's not even on this side of the mountains, they made me go to Yakima. I don't know how they justified that, but I'm probably going to call that the worst because that was 2.5 hours.
And
also
you end
had
up
to
in
go
Yakima.
to the peninsula. And that was also like 2.5 hours. So not fun.
Yeah. And then at the end, you're in Yakima.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for all that
mission
trouble.
accomplished.
Hey, right. I had to do it like last Thursday, right? I had to go to the Department of Licensing. Right. Going to find these stuff at the post office.
So how many times did you go north and south dealing with the post office and them telling you need to go here or there?
Linwood, West Seattle, Shoreline. With a stop in Lake City.
Did you ever get your drugs?
Yeah. Stop in Lake City at the wrong post office.
Oh, jeez.
Did they mail them to your home? No. You found them at the post office?
So that's the whole thing, right? It's a prescription, and they're supposed to show up. But then, like most normal people, I have a job during the day, so I can't get them. So then I tried to call the post office. They never answer. Then I talked to the national number. They're like, well, we can't do. I said, look, you don't have to do anything. And honestly, do less. Just leave it there.
Right.
Then they open at 8:30. I was in line at 8:30. Get in there, it's 8:40. Well, it wouldn't be here. We already sent it back out. I said, well, can you call the driver?
Right.
Like, I mean, he could, like.
Where's he going?
You might have physically put it in his truck, but I bet his truck's still out back.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, it should be at this distribution center. So then I'd kind of just chalked it up to a massive loss and was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And I can't really blame the Canada company. They're just like, if they send it back, like, sorry, you're just out of luck.
Sure.
So then, right, sorry, right? So as I'm leaving, Department of Licensing, wow, hard to get a hold of them. Shockingly smooth.
Yeah, you said that was like quick in and out.
Yeah, and as I'm walking out of there, then my phone dings, right? Because I kept being like, look, it says it's here. And it's like, it's up north now. So I'm like, all right, I'll go back up there.
And they had it.
Yeah, they had it. So, like, she's driving farther distances, but even just going north to south, back up
But
to
that's
north,
in the middle of everything.
and then driving back down here downtown.
The traffic's terrible.
I was just like, this sucks. Or, like, Saturday, like, just driving down to Burien, it was just pissing rain, dude.
Yeah.
I-5's backed up. People are driving wild.
I'm telling you, man, you
just white knuckling it. I was just like, I just want to be out of this damn car.
Yeah. How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hola.
So my wife and I have a couple of friends, and we go, well, we haven't been in a while, but we try to go to Leavenworth fairly regularly and go, among other things, tubing. And, one of the last times we went, we are like, man, it's always so short. And so our buddy's wife, she was like, it's like, hey, you guys, this is later on. Let's go to Leavenworth. I found a different route we can take when we go tubing, and it's longer. We're like, great. So we get on the river, I don't know what time it was. I'll say 2 or 3 o'clock, maybe. And we've got a little bit of booze, and, we're used to this short, like, hour and a half, maybe, if that long, maybe 2-hour float. And we've thought, okay, good, there'll be another hour in this, maybe. Well, I don't know how late we're out there, but we run out of booze, first of all. It's starting to get dark now. We're still floating with no end in sight. We're getting cold because, again, no booze. And so my wife was like, we really didn't know what to do because we didn't really see like spots to get out or anything. And so she digs the phone out and takes it out of the Ziploc bag. And she's like, I'll try GPS and see if that works while we're on the river. And somehow she found this spot, and we just kind of floated till we got to the red dot and found this little space to walk through. And we're walking by all these people like that have coats on and stuff, and we're like in our shorts and like carrying our tubes wet. And none of us were speaking to each other. We were mad at each other, but we were completely quiet. No one not saying a word. And luckily, my wife and I had rented a place that had a hot tub, so we all got in that, and it was better after that. But we were like nervous for a while.
Well, yeah, man, you're just floating down a river with nowhere to get out. But my question is, all right, so you get out of the river, but how far do you have to walk to get back to either a vehicle or the place you're staying?
We were fairly lucky with that. It probably, if this long, was probably about a 5 or 10 minute walk. Somehow, I guess we were close to the end, and maybe the way we cut through the woods, it got us there quicker. I don't know, but it wasn't too long, thankfully. Maybe I'd say probably about 10 minutes tops.
All right, that's not bad. Okay. That's not bad.
All right.
No, not bad.
Yeah. I do remember coming back from seeing my dad. He was at the time living in Lexington, Kentucky. And I go back on the Greyhound bus. There's one point along the route, where I need to get out of the bus, and another bus is going to come and get me.
Yeah.
So I'm switching buses, probably about halfway through the 8 hours that it takes to get there. And at the time, the Greyhound bus station was out in front of a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
It was right beside a phone booth, and it was one of those places that had a photo mat booth in the middle,
just sitting in the driveway
of the parking lot, so you could drop off your film, pull up like that. So the bus doesn't come. The driver told me, and I'm like 9, 10.
Sorry, kid.
Yeah, I've got a bag, I'm by myself on the side of the road, and this, in the middle of this town. And the bus was supposed to come, he said, within 15 minutes to half an hour. It's an hour and a half, and then like 2 hours goes by. So I called my mom collect on this payphone.
Yeah,
because way before cell phone. So I called my mom collect on the payphone, and I give her the number where I am, so she can call me, because you could call a payphone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Had a number on it. You could call the payphone too. So she's like, all right, well, I'm going to get a hold of Greyhound and find out if I can find out where this bus is. Well, she calls Greyhound and then calls me back and like, look, I talked to the people at Greyhound. They have no idea where the bus is either. I mean, because again, this is before cell phones.
Yeah.
This is before all that. You can't call the bus. They don't have GPS on the damn thing. You don't know where it is. It's en route somewhere. Somewhere. Another hour goes by, and I probably called her 2 or 3 more times because she was ready to get in the car and drive 4.5 hours to pick my ass up.
Sure.
But that phone, man, that was kind of a lifesaver for me not freaking out. She kind of like talked me off the cliff a little bit. The Greyhound bus eventually came. And my mom, I think she was at the Greyhound bus station for like 2 hours waiting for me.
Because she doesn't know either. And they can't tell her because you get no GPS.
Yeah. You just don't know what the hell's going on. It was, I just remember as a kid, it was kind of cool because I felt like I was on an adventure, but I didn't know where I was.
So it's less of an adventure, more of a, I'm going to die out here.
Right. And it was getting dark. I didn't have any place to stay. I'm like, well, probably going to have to sleep under the awning at that Kmart or whatever.
It's going to be a good time to be kidnapped. Look, man, I'm still a proponent of the payphone. I don't even know where you can find one anymore. Maybe a few in the airport or something. But even when cell phones were first introduced, I'm young in my radio career, so my hours, they're just kind of haphazard. They're all over the place. Generally, I knew my schedule, but people started buying cell phones. They didn't pay me enough. They paid me enough to buy one. I was not going to buy one. Maybe that's the best way to put it. So, but there was a Dunkin' Donuts around the corner. So if I needed to call work, I would call from the Dunkin' Donuts payphone. What I did not know was, and they explained this to me later, they're like, we have caller ID. And the first time apparently I tried to call, they're like, why is Dunkin' Donuts calling? Being opportunistic, they thought it was a sales call, like, hey, maybe there's some promotion they're trying to do. And they're like, and it's your ass, and you're just talking to us like normal. I said, well, sure. They said, well, it comes up Dunkin' Donuts. So then they realized as the months went by, they said they had to tell everyone that works there, hey, if you see Dunkin' Donuts, pick it up. It's just one employee. And I got away with that for like a year. And I never locked my back door. And I remember one morning I wake up and one of my coworkers is walking into my place. He's like, hey, man, the boss is mad at you about whatever, but he needs your ass in there. I'm like, fine. And I don't remember what I was in trouble for. Do not care. But I get up there, get my ass handed to me, blah, blah, blah. So about 4 days goes by, and we have one of these big-ass, like, all-staff meetings. And our boss at the time, Bill Pasha, he did not look at me, but when he walked into the conference room, we're all kind of waiting for him to start. He's already in a bad mood. So he says a couple of things at the top, and he just drops the line of, and you need a phone for us to get a hold of you as a source of employment. And I'm like, I think he's talking to me. And everyone's like, yeah, you're the only person that doesn't have a phone. And I got a cell phone, and I've hated it ever since. But one of the nice things about not having the phone, see, is like when they were mad at me, they couldn't like call me at work. They physically had to send someone to my place to wake me up to tell me, hey, you need to get to work so that they can yell at you. I'm like, yeah, all right. But like if I had my phone, I would have had a horrible time at home. So at least any time that I had a stressful situation, it was a word.
Have you seen the new landline design phones that are for kids?
Yes.
They have them in Seattle. So I read this article about this woman who got her kid, like probably 6, 7 years old, a landline cell phone. It does hook up to your Wi-Fi.
Right.
But it acts just like a regular phone.
Is this rotary or is it a push button?
It's a push button.
Okay.
But you need to know your friend's number. And I believe she keeps the phone in the living room. And she woke up one morning, I believe the story said, and her daughter was having a conversation about some book or show or something like that with her friend. But, I guess it brings some solace. She had to teach kid how to use the phone. Kid already knew how to use a cell phone.
Right.
Very efficient with it. But now, this kid's sitting there with this big-ass phone, and basically, it's like an old school one, but you keep it in a central location. That way, when the kids are on the phone, you can hear who they're talking to.
Yep, just like the good old days.
What they're talking about. Doesn't have all the tech on there. There's no apps. It's just, you want to call your friend? Find out what their number is.
All right, memorize the number. And
it also rings when people call her. So if her parents want to pick up the phone, she's in the bedroom or in the bathroom, they can talk to their friend, say, hold on, I'll go get her.
I mean, that used to be what you did. Someone grabbed the phone. I mean, your parents would just yell, somebody answer the damn phone. And you pick up the phone, you say hello. They ask for someone, presumably, who lived in your home. You said, hang on a second. And you went and got them. But like you said, the fact that the phone cord, because there's always one in the kitchen, there might be one somewhere else, but you had to earn the right to get a phone in your bedroom, right? That was a big thing. So through most of your younger days, any conversation you had, you were within earshot. And as a parent, I can tell you, you do eavesdrop to make sure that your kids are on the straight and narrow, right? But how many different codes did you have? Because the thing is, like, I know my parents can hear me. I know they're listening in. I cannot physically see them, but they are sitting in the next room, right? And I have stretched the cord as far as I can. So even though you had a conversation and you're planning a party where there's going to be drugs or there's going to be porn or whatever there is, we had so many different code words where I could have this conversation comfortably. My mother could walk into the kitchen, grab something to eat, and I'm still just talking and totally arranging some ass we're going to try to slay that night. But she would have no idea. Well, because everything we're talking, and I'm telling you, talking in code is huge, man.
And growing up, this was even before call waiting. So if someone was on the phone, they would be able to hear a beep beep, and they would go, hold on for a minute, I'm going to check this other line real quick. Then I got a call coming in. Before that, it was just a busy signal. Period. And so my buddy Pat had 2 older sisters. You could never ever get through on that phone. You had to physically walk down to his house, which was almost a mile, to get his ass. If you guys it's one of those deals where you got 3 people, but you really just want to play 2-on-2 basketball. So now you got to walk all the way down and get Pat's ass.
Hope he's home
because you can't get through the phone.
Right.
Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
$100,000, I want to say, last time they won. Wasn't it right around that number? I mean, 1 million people. That's freaking insane.
We're going to have a difficult time getting into work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just because the parade starts at 10. We normally get here a little before that.
Starts at 11.
11?
Starts at 11. There's like a ticketed event at the stadium, right, at Lumen. That's already gone.
Of course.
And then, then they'll start making their way up to it seems like they're going to end at Seattle Center.
Okay. So how many hours is that going to take? 2, 3?
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knows? Because, those parades, especially for a Super Bowl parade,
right.
They stop sometimes. They start having fun. They start talking to people. So, who knows?
It'll take as long as they want it to.
That's right.
I mean, that's basically how that works. It starts at this time. It'll end when we're done.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, the other topic on your guess is as good as mine. I got distracted there. Pizza. So today is National Pizza Day, which I don't know why it is the day after the Super Bowl.
Because you can get it on time today.
Hope maybe you got a leftover. Well, maybe you can just get one in general.
That's what I'm saying.
What did you say that the pizza place you had to order them a few days in advance?
They just had it's like a local mom and pop spot. So they had something on their website that was like, look, you could order, but just be prepared. We're still going to make it the same quality. It could take some time.
It's going to take some time, yeah.
How many did you get?
We got 2.
What'd you get on them?
We got a plain cheese and then a carnivore one.
All right, because that's the toppings. We're doing the top 10 toppings on Pizza Day.
By the way,
according is as good as mine.
According to some people here on the YouTubes, they say the Seahawks landed in SeaTac within the last hour.
They have.
Damn.
Good for them.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure they're not in rough shape.
I'd pack my bags and I'd be on my way to Hawaii. I would be like, honey, look, If we win this thing, just have the bags packed.
Yeah.
When we get back, man, we're going on vacation. I've been doing this for all year long. I'm tired. I get some time
I'm going
off.
to get fat.
I'm going to go and eat whatever the hell I want, lay by the pool, and just chill the hell out. Well, of course, I guess you got to go to the parade now.
You got to do a parade first.
So you go to the parade first, and then you hopefully go someplace nice and sunny.
Kenneth Walker's going to get there 3
Relax by the pool.
seconds after the parade starts.
Yeah, he's going to let it marinate for a minute.
It is unbelievable to watch that guy yesterday. Like, they hand him the ball, and it's like he counts to 2, Mississippi. Like, no, I'm not going to run yet. And there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every time the game, but you talk, they'd say, wow, these running backs, they let their blocks set. They say that. Kenneth Walker, there is no doubt that man waits for his blocks to set, and he had full confidence.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to stand here. And you wait about Mississippi and a half, and then he takes off and picks up 5 yards. Like, God damn. But all game, I'm like, that's just how brother runs. I mean, every time they hand him the ball, like, wait a second, and go.
Yep. It was amazing to see how many people that we've had on the show down there too, as far as just enjoying the game. Adam Ray was down there. I saw he took.
He's always down there. He's the man.
Mm-hmm. He took a picture with Dave Matthews, who was also at the game. Jerry Cantrell was there, along with Mike Inez from Alice in Chains. I think those were the two that represented. But it was basically a who's who of. I don't know. I just did not think that many celebrities would go to San Francisco for a game if you didn't have anything at stake.
I would. It's the Super Bowl.
Well,
man.
I would too.
I mean, if you're a football fan,
right.
It's the Super Bowl. Look, you got a 1 in 32 chance of your team being there. Like, go if you can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, realistically, if you're not a Seahawks fan, that was kind of a boring game.
Sure.
Well, the kicker could have been the MVP almost.
He could have been. Hell, Dixon could have been the MVP.
Yeah.
Some of those punts were awesome.
All of them were, man. He was actually killing it out there.
And Mike, you might know this more than he's got to be, I would think, the longest tenured Seahawk on that roster right now.
How long has he been there?
I think,
because I mean, it's a young team. It's a new team.
I think he showed up kind of right after the last Super Bowl stretch. Yeah, I mean, I bet he's been on that team for 9 years, 10 years.
And then you said they got $70 million in cap money.
Correct.
Everyone's going to want to play here.
Right. Look, once we got towards like December, it was a little more realistic. They're like, oh man, the Seahawks are actually really good. But I mean, you guys heard me say it over and over. Like, I thought Coach McDonald was a 3-year plan. The fact that they went out,
I think he thought it was a 3-year plan.
Right.
Yeah,
this year, it's
2
like,
years.
Holy S.
I'm sure he's saying the same thing. Like, damn, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Yeah.
He's got to be. And then the other thing too is, like, let's just be honest. Like, the Seahawks and the Rams were just the two best teams all damn year.
Yeah, like whoever the Pats played, you weren't winning.
Did anything go sideways at your little shindig? Anything weird?
No, it was pretty. I mean, people were just in such a good mood. So what we had done was we had seen Mike earlier in the day, right?
All right.
I got an email I want to read about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I read that.
Shout out to Azteca.
I didn't know what the hell this meant. It says, "Yo, the Ted Smith, Mike Hawk. I appreciate that you gave up your seats for us at Azteca. We waited for a while for you to show back up for shots, but you didn't. Round of shots on me next time. Let me know when you guys want to get together." That from Terry.
All right, so we get in there to this Azteca, right? Me and my buddy had gotten dinner, takeout the night before, so we're like, let's just go back to Azteca.
Sure.
The one down in Burien, right?
Yep.
So we're sitting there, and then she came in and was kind of like I made eye contact with her, and then she just kind of was like, "Are you guys staying?" And we were like, "Actually, no. We're just kind of pre-gaming here." So, yes, apparently they send her in, which I was like, oh, I get it. Send in the blonde woman so that your boyfriend can have a seat.
100% of the time, yes.
And then we got it screwed up, because I think she also had a budget to spend on shots to get us out of those seats.
Also, they said, hey, man, go buy those guys shots, and then you'll take the booth.
Right. I mean, it was just like the
what
main...
kind of gimmick is this?
The main middle table. I know. I go, look, I respect your boyfriend's game. Just send her in. So we did that, and then we went and picked up... let's say we got wings, and then we got some pizza over at Pizza Gallery. So we had stopped in this other bar, and I said to the woman, I said, do you sell Marlboro Reds? Remember, Sam Darnold's grandfather was one of the original Marlboro men.
Mm-hmm. Is that why you made the bet for the Marlboro?
Correct.
All right.
So she was like, she goes to give me a pack, and I went, no. I need to smoke those after the game. So then after the game, we hop in an Uber as we having cocktails. We walk in there, and it's like the sea just parted. People are going nuts and cheering. I walk. She's like, "You ready for those cigarettes?" And I was like, "F yeah, give me a pack of Reds."
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell I'm paying the price today, and my stomach is not happy.
Oh, really?
Well, you have a steady diet of pizza, cocktail weenies, and chicken wings for a day.
That'll do it.
That'll get it going.
How many little smokies you put down?
I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
We put 2 packs of Little Smokies in there. There was only 3 of us at this house.
Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah.
There was a bowl of them just sitting out today. I was like, I can't even look at those.
Can't do it.
I can't even smell them.
Had chips and dip, barbecued Fritos, spinach dip, chicken wings, chili dogs, and shrimp.
Yep.
This morning, you didn't even want to know what that smelled like coming out.
Yeah, it's bad, man. And we
It's
took
just
it
like,
easy.
Jesus
We did
Christ.
what? Buffalo chicken dip. I took the croissant rolls.
All right.
Stuffed them with like charcuterie meat and some expensive ass cheese I can't pronounce. They were delicious. And there was something else.
You should have put that buffalo chicken in those things with some blue cheese.
My wife was saying that, and the thing is, by the time she came up with the idea, well, to be fair, she said it early, but also after I'd eaten a bunch of them, she's like, we should have put this in there. And I'm like, you're right, but 1, I don't feel like making them, and 2, now I'm full. Oh, she made like loaded baked potatoes, but instead of the big baked potatoes, like I was telling you, just took the little ones.
Yeah.
Dude, it was perfect. You just take a spatula under these things, you get like 9 of them on your plate, and they're just covered in cheese and bacon and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our stomachs are making funny noises by the end of the night.
I was going outside to get a smoke every once in a while, man. You could just hear the roars coming up from Fremont. Every single bar was packed.
Oh, yeah.
Every single parking place was taken. People were parking anywhere because you know damn well that the ticket people aren't out on Super Bowl
No, they're
Sunday.
watching the game, too.
So they could park. You could park wherever in the hell you wanted to. People were absolutely losing their goddamn mind yesterday. I could not believe it. It was almost like you're sitting in a stadium listening to the game. The roars were so loud. It was just insane.
And then after the game, right? Like, we just opened my buddy's door, and you could just hear fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
People just screaming.
You could hear them from the Needle. You could hear the fireworks going off on the Needle. Like,
Yeah,
boom,
it was-
boom, boom. I could see the glow coming up off the top of Queen Anne Hill.
Yeah. I mean, it was just unbelievable. And like I said, people were out. I mean, I think we shut it down by like midnight, but I mean, those bars were still packed.
They were raging, man.
Yeah.
They were raging. Like, my dog needed to bark in her face off. I took her out for a last walk. But just every car that went by, either they're screaming, "Go Hawks!" See, so my dog, not used to everyone in public screaming, just kept looking at me like, "What the F?" So she's barking at everyone. I'm like, "Girl, believe it or not, they're happy. There's no threat going on here. I know. Everybody's yelling. There's fireworks everywhere." But, yeah, so she barked a lot.
Yeah, and you're right. It's just everybody was in on it together, right?
Yeah, that's it. You're in the city, man.
Yeah, even, when I met Mike, just talking to other people, like, people were kind of nervous energy. But, yeah, I mean, by the time you got to, like, halftime, I was like, again, I don't feel confident, but, like, it doesn't seem like they're going to move that ball on our defense.
At what point did you feel confident? I was confident at kickoff. I'm like, the Pats have no chance. And, again, it's nothing against the Patriots. It's not that. It's just the Seahawks defense. I'm like, they're one of the best 3 I've ever seen in the Super Bowl. And they executed as well as I thought they would against a team that doesn't really have a great offense anyway. Well,
correct.
Who's the running back for the Patriots? Exactly, man. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. And if you don't have a good running game against a good defense, you're not going to do anything.
Shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
This could probably happen tomorrow if you're headed downtown for the parade, either on the bus or on the light rail. She flipped the camera to selfie mode and caught me red-handed, staring at her screen. Jack said he was in London riding the Northern Line after work when he found himself backdoor browsing, the term the Metro has coined for peering at a stranger's phone over their shoulder.
Oh, their phone. Okay.
Oh, yes. But they say while gossip and some softcore eavesdropping is relatively harmless, some train riders have got into the potentially problematic habit of reading random strangers' text messages while on public transit.
Well, yeah. What do you think people around here doing?
There was a young woman who stood in front of me, and she was quite a lot shorter than me, probably age 16 or 17. And she was using Snapchat, according to this guy, Jack. Typing away on the chat function, she all of a sudden flicked over to camera. And because it was on selfie mode, she ended up recording me looking at her screen. Another writer said, I got to peek at some seriously juicy gossip when she peered over and caught sight of a man on a Metropolitan line engaged in some dodgy texting activity. I was in the train, sat next to a guy who kept flicking between screens. On one app, he was messaging his wife about their dinner and the kids, and on another, he was on Facebook Messenger talking to a girl and sending her pics of different types of lingerie that he would be willing to buy for her. He was sending this girl pictures of red lace lingerie for their trip, also telling his wife that she'd have to take care of the kids this weekend as he was going to a football match out of town. The multitasking skills of cheaters, she says, never ceases to amaze me. You got a guy at the NFC championship game, Ted?
Yeah. That in his defense, it did work, but he had the really big.
It did work.
Well, I mean, somebody showed up.
Okay.
But we just looked over, and it just, the text message he was saying said, "Want a hump."
Hump. I mean, it's just.
I know. I mean, I think
really?
they had thoroughly enjoyed the pregame festivities and a couple adult beverages.
I know, but I feel like most people.
But that's not the word I would use.
That's what I'm saying. Most people, when they get drunk, they get more lewd. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I've never gotten
I would
hammered.
almost think of it as a joke if I was saying it to somebody.
I would say it sober to my wife. I want to hump. If I'm drunk and I really want to do that, I promise you, hump is not the word.
But in his defense, the only reason we noticed was just because, the only reason we noticed was just the font was massive.
That big?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to hump.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. Go Hawks.
Hola.
Well, my phone did me real dirty, and I still get that pit in my stomach every time I think about it. So I used to help out this elderly lady, walk her dog, help her out around the house a little bit. And I had a messenger one day to tell her I was running a little behind, and my phone, I did the voice text thing. Didn't check it before I sent it for probably a half hour or so. And instead of saying, I will see you, running behind, I will see you soon, it replaced it with, I will F you soon.
Oh, okay. Wow. What's the response from the little lady?
That means you've typed that in before, and it knows your tendencies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes I say that word every now and then, but I didn't then. I don't know if she saw it right away or not. She didn't have that red thing on it, so I could tell whether it had been or not. But when I showed up at her house eventually, I just, bowed my head down real low and said, I'm not sure if you saw that message or not, but that is certainly not what I sent. And
it's probably too bad.
Yeah, she kind of. Well, I am a lesbian, but it wasn't like that. I like older women, but not that one. She took it with a grain of salt, and what are you gonna do? It was too late to do anything, so.
Yeah, voice to text. I know very few people that successfully send off a voice to text. It gets close, but
like my daughters can do it. Younger kids who know what they're doing, they can do it. I might want to say younger daughter, I mean, kids in their 20s.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but my wife, everyone calls her all the time about a million different things, but she'll just try to do the voice to text, and I always hear like, "Damn it!" I'm like, then just type it in or just call them. But people are determined to try. My thing is, it always changes effing to ducking. Correct. And it would drive me absolutely nuts. And I knew that I'm venting a text, but I would go back and sure enough change all of the ducks to the F word because that's what I meant. Because nothing is more deflating than, shut the duck up. It doesn't mean anything and everyone laughs at you. Now, because I've changed it so many times, my phone knows my algorithm. So it was about a month ago, I actually needed to type the word duck. And it kept correcting it to the F-bomb over. And I'm like, no, look, phone, I actually mean duck this time. And every time I did it, it would change it back to the F-bomb. So I finally just sent it, then got a text back, and it said, did you mean duck? I said, I did. My phone won't even let me use the word now without correcting it to the F-bomb.
Well, they should do it geographically, too. Because there's some areas where voice to text is not going to work.
Like a deep South?
Like a big, thick, Boston accent or the South or, hell, even Baltimore, if you wanted to say, if you wanted to pick up rural, like you're in a rural area, you're not going to hear rural.
No, it will not be rural.
No, you're going to hear rural.
Rural?
Rural.
Rural's a tough word. It's tough for us.
Even water. And if you're in Baltimore, it come out wooder. It'd be W-O-O-D-E-R.
It's not Aaron, it's Earn.
Yeah.
So,
Earn. Can you say iron? You know what I mean?
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
So, hey, I'm going to the parade tomorrow, Thrill, and I'm going to take the light rail from Linwood for the first time. So,
what time do you plan on leaving, brother?
Well, that's the whole thing. I live up on Camino Island, so I'm leaving crack of dawn. But I was thinking, like, maybe like 7-ish catching the light rail. But
that sounds about right. My wife and I were talking this morning. I was going to take the light rail in. I still am because you can't drive in, right? So I was like, well, I'm going to leave early. She goes, the train's going to be packed. Why don't you go in at normal time? I was like, babe, they're expecting 1 million people. It does not matter what time I get on the train. Right. There's going to be an ton of people on there. I still just need to get to work early so that I can do my freaking job.
Well, you also need to cross the parade route before the parade starts.
No, I'm getting off at a different stop.
Oh, you are? Okay.
So understand something when you get downtown, man. Seriously, anyone who's taking the light rail, and you're coming from the north, so 4th Avenue is where the parade's going to be. And if you didn't go to the parade they had in 2014, it's hard to comprehend how densely packed in people are. But, like, you can't cross the street. So if you get off at Westlake, you can be on 5th Avenue, which is what I need to do to circumvent 4th, right? Still going to be packed, but not as crazy. Ted and I were talking earlier today. Symphony drops us off closer, but if I am west of this building, I will not get here on time, almost no matter what time I get
Also
here.
know this. Out of all the major roads downtown that run that way, from 1st all the way to 6th, 4th is the most narrow. It has the smallest sidewalks. It has the least amount of lanes. It is the smallest road that you could have the damn thing on, as far as its size goes.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind, too. It's going to be packed in on there.
But you're leaving around 7? You think, what, you're leaving your home at 7, or you think you're going to try to get on the train around 7?
I was thinking about catching the train around between 7 and 8. I'm leaving my house around 6, so.
Yeah,
I mean, that's your best
from
bet.
Camino, right? Because, yeah, I got to hop on the light rail in Northgate probably like 8. I'm hoping if I hop on at 8, I can be at the stadium by 10.
That I was thinking around 8 o'clock, yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot of folks.
It's going to be nuts.
I'm pretty excited because my daughter got me tickets to the actual in the stadium thing, so that's going to be a blast. So,
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah. So this is I travel a lot. Me and my girl, we take our travel trailer. We'll go on a 2-week vacation and a week vacation here and there. This time we're down in L.A., and so we decide to go. I've never been to a Dodger game, and I'm like, hey, let's go to a Dodger game. And so the game is at night, so we go and do stuff during the day, kind of lose track of time, and it's getting later, and it's like, hey, we need to get going. Let's call an Uber. And we don't take Ubers very often because, we're always traveling and driving. But so she ends up ordering share Uber. And I didn't realize that, and I didn't even know what that was. And so we get in the Uber and we start driving, and I put in my phone the location, the stadium, just so I can see what time we're going to get there. And, we start driving, and then all of a sudden it starts going like backwards, and my time's getting further and further away. And I'm going, hey, what is going on? She goes, well, we've got a shared Uber. I'm like, okay, we need to get out of this Uber now because we're going to be way late now. And she goes, okay. So we tell the guy, hey, can you pull over at the next corner and just let us out? We're going to call another Uber. And sure enough, jump out of the Uber. I'm kind of, mad at her. I'm giving her a bad time. Okay, we're going to be way late, blah, 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 blah. And so she calls another Uber. We get in the Uber, and then I go to grab my phone and realize I left it in the last Uber.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, my God. So I start, we use her phone. We call my phone. Nobody answers it for a little while. Finally, somebody answers it, and it's like, hey, I left my phone in this Uber. Can you tell the Uber driver to bring it to the stadium? And he's like, well, the Uber guy doesn't speak English, so it's going to be kind of tough. So it took a while. We finally get it, like almost 2 hours later. We get in for like the 8th and 9th inning. And,
oh, my God, you missed the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I didn't really care. It was more just saying you went to the stadium and kind of checking it out. But yeah, we missed the whole game.
Sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah. I've told the story many times. I left my phone in an Uber in Vegas and had to pay $100 to get it back the next day.
Leaving anything in the Uber.
But the fact that the guy found it and told me what time that he was going to show up and drop it off, he did all those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a stand-up as you can get. He wasn't anywhere near where he needed or wanted to be, and he explained that to me. So he did drop it off. I think I pulled out $100 from the ATM, and I think I pulled out 40 or whatever like that. And he's like, he just kind of like started rolling up the window, and I was like, all right, 60. He's like, come on. So I was like, all right, this is all I got, man.
It's all the money in your hand.
Then the phone slid out the window, and I got my phone back.
But see, what's weird about your story is it came out of the back window.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, this was
the driver is someone different. So I'm like, who did he?
Do you remember
give
when I
the
came
phone
back
to?
in? Do you remember when I came back in? I
Yes.
was like, that was bizarre. That was real weird. That was either gangster or mob. I don't know what.
Something, man.
I don't know what that was.
I like the idea. He just keeps being like, nah, man.
No.
Because he can see the money in the hand.
I mean, because I pulled all the cash out of my wallet, so I peeled 40 off.
You need to pull 40 out. Right.
I know that now.
Yeah, yes, you have learned.
Yeah, but
you haven't gotten scammed enough in your life, Montgomery.
Exactly.
That's how my brother and I got robbed in New York City.
What's that?
Right? It's right. What year was it? It doesn't matter. But there's a blizzard going on. It's March. My father had won tickets from a sports station to go to see the Big East basketball tournament. We still get on the train. We go up there. Now imagine basically like a 12, 13-year-old and a 19 and a 20-year-old. We've never been in New York City. We get off at Penn Station. And some dude's just like, you guys need cabs. And we're like, yeah. And he's like, I'll get you cabs. He got the woman in front of us a cab. And then he ran out there, held a cab down. And I think he had said $20, but same thing. My brother went to hand him that and had all the money that like my father had given us.
Yeah.
So then the guy says, "I need change for 100." Chris gives it to him, and he takes off. We chase him a little bit. Then he pulled out a gun. Was like, "I'm tired of running." All right, but same thing. Like lesson learned.
How old were you?
I think I was 12 or 13. I think
A guy pulls a gun on a 12-year-old.
You want him to stop chasing it?
Chris was 19 or 20,
but still, I don't know. Okay,
that's the East Coast way, man. I mean, it's very simple. Everyone understands that language.
Right, and it's March. Like I said, there's a real blizzard going on. So like we're just desperate to get there. But yeah, I think my dad had given us like a credit card because we had won the trip, right?
Right.
So first of all, when we picked up these tickets, Chris had a Jeep. The guy at the radio station was like, "You two are nuts. I can't believe
driving in a blizzard."
Yeah, and he's like, "I don't like," because we called him and they said, "You can pick him up." And then the hotel they put us up in was gorgeous, right by Madison Square Garden. But again, it was so expensive.
Oh,
just to park.
Yeah.
Just anything.
Everything.
If you want to get a breakfast down there, you know what I mean? Like, I get it now as an adult. I've been to some of these hotels.
Yeah, but as a kid, you don't know.
We never stayed at hotels like this where it's like the only breakfast option is the $50 brunch.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll tell you, when the phone did me dirty, it was in New Orleans, Super Bowl week years ago. Me and Miles are in there. Now, Miles' wife is there, okay? But the bar we were in is during the day, but it's kind of dark inside. But there were some real hot women working there. So Miles says to me, "Hey, man, that one waitress over there has a fantastic ass." I'm like, "Oh, my God. She certainly does." So he goes, "Look, I'm going to slide you my phone to snap a picture of that ass." I'm like, "On it. How hard can this be?" So I get it. And we're trying to be subtle. Just keep this in mind. And she's talking to two other waitresses, I believe, in this moment. And I go to hit the button to take the picture. I did not realize your flash was on. Mm-hmm. So the whole bar is just like, poof, right? Just this big-ass strobe. So now everybody's head whips around, and I have this phone in my hand, and I think it was kind of obvious what I'm doing. Just
yes, it was.
Where my hand was. You know what I mean?
My wife goes, "What did he just do?" And I said, "He just took a picture of that girl's ass."
He did. And she gives me this look. I'm like, yeah.
Well, I was like, I suggested it.
You did.
Well, and some of the phones, too, will just adjust.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I did it on Friday night, right? What was he say? I was at the Showbox Market, right? Watching the Grateful Shred.
Okay.
But where we were, up top of that one bar, you can get a picture of everybody below us. So I was like, I want to do that. But same thing. I didn't realize it had switched on.
Also the flash.
Just
blast to the crowd.
Right, and everybody's kind of looking at me, and I assume it's a dead cover band. Some of these people are a little altered.
Probably.
It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, turn off the flash.
I know, it's such a
The best part about that picture is right after Steve took that picture and everybody turned around, one of the waitresses is coming around with test tube shots.
All right.
Okay, but she won't just give you the test tube shot.
Of course not.
You got to do it between her breasts. She's wearing a bikini. But my wife's right beside me. I'm like, "Baby, I'm going to get a shot." She's like, "Just go ahead."
We're in the moment.
I just got my face down there like, oh, yeah.
And you know me, man, I'm usually not into shooters. It was different with her.
Sure.
Like, do you want one? I'm like, I do. 9 times out of 10, I'm saying no. Even last night at the bar when they broke out the hypodermic Jello shot things. My wife is kicking. My wife enjoys Jello shots.
Jello and a needle
because it was for the Super Bowl. So my wife.
Hang on now. It's a giant plastic syringe. There's no needle.
Oh, no needle, right? Yeah. But my wife will always ask because they change the names of the flavors, and it doesn't necessarily give away what it tastes like. So my wife asked this guy like, whatever the flavor was, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." Now keep in mind, she always gets Jello shots, and he turns around with these 2 big ass syringes, man, and even she was just like, "No." I mean,
No.
No, that's not. If she's going to do a job, look, it's my wife. You know her. She's not going to suck it out of a syringe, man. If you had it in a little cup, I would have. I just only jello shot. Ted, I'm surprised you didn't.
And it was Monday night.
So we're both at a bar. We're already in a bar.
I don't know. Even I was like, they were still Seahawks colors. I took a picture with them because they looked awesome, but I was like, I don't know if I'm sucking those
It just seems so gratuitous.
Sunday, I would have been all about it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Making that thing feel good.
Our question, how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Replay. He finished his reads. Now what does he see? There are two grown men in his chest. I'm like, he doesn't have time.
Right, and generally Seattle doesn't even blitz that much. But yesterday, every time they sent a blitzer, they got home.
And at one point, they just stopped. Like, our front four are getting there. We didn't have to send anybody.
Is it official? It's next year? Are we really going to 18 games and just 2 preseason games? In other words, will we have President's Day Monday off next year?
Is it next year or the year after? I know that's the goal of the NFL, to go 18 games. And mostly, look, they want the same number of weeks because there's a lot of money with advertising, so they're cutting down preseason, which, like, all the veterans are like, we don't play. We lie about a stub toe or something. We just don't play.
Yeah.
So that's garbage time. The players hate it. So I think it'll be 2 preseason games and then bump it up to 18 regular season games. But because it's the regular season and they take that gap after preseason, so it'll go up to President's Day and it's all a wash.
Yeah, it says February 14th, 2027.
The 14th, Valentine's Day.
Does it tell you where the game is?
I don't know.
You might want to plan ahead. Based on what I saw last night.
Look,
no.
And I know. Trust me.
Kidding.
I think I was sleeping on my buddy's couch, and I was leaving his house this morning. I said, next year we do not have to worry about this. And he goes, why? I said, because we'll have the Monday off.
Yeah. We're a little hungover. We need your help today on our question.
All right.
Yeah. Normally we don't work this day, but since the Hawks won, we're here. So our question, what spilled, dropped, broke, or caught on fire? 206-803-ROCK. His mind, it's an easy game to play. We get a contestant. You pick from one of 2 categories and try to get as many right before 3 strikes and you're out. Steve, who is ready to play your guess, is as good as mine.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the men's room.
Breezy Breezy Johnson, you're going to Johnson, hola!
Hola!
Girl in your Johnson.
Jeff, welcome back to the program,
how
sir.
you doing today?
We're doing fine, man. We're living in a ghost town downtown.
I am, for sure.
I mean, you could walk down the middle of I-5 on the way home and nobody would hit you.
I believe it. Everybody's recovering right now. What's up, Ted?
What's up, Dave? Go Hawks. Jeff.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah, let's go.
I'm sorry. Look, folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I've died today.
If you could see his face, you'd believe him.
You would know 100%.
If you're watching on YouTube there, it's KISW Rock, you cannot see a pupil.
And that's all right, Ted. You gave an effort.
I sure did.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Jeff. Categories today. Today is National Pizza Day. Day after the Super Bowl. Hopefully, maybe you have some leftovers left, or you can just go out and actually get a pizza tonight without having to wait for 4 to 5 hours. So, Jeff, it's the top 10 toppings that people request on pizza. The other thing we have for you today is a new poll trying to figure out what things that people steal from hotel rooms. This is from Deluxe Holiday Homes and Travel Awaits. So, do you want to go the 10 things that get stolen from hotel rooms, or do you want to go the 10 most popular pizza toppings?
I feel like this is a little bit of a stretch on either. Let's go what gets stolen from hotel rooms.
That's what it is. Okay.
All right.
Well, they polled a bunch of hotel workers. just to try to figure out, based on those people, the cleaning ladies and everything else, the cleaning guys, what gets stolen the most out of hotel rooms. So they say, yes, you're allowed to take those little bottles of shampoo from your hotel. You can't take everything. That's not nailed down, though. So someone polled a bunch of hotel workers to find the top 10 things that we steal from hotel rooms, and we have the top 10. So
KISW HD1 Seattle.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Friday night. Friday the 13th coming up. In just a couple days, we get Yachty and Naughty at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel for live night this year. Coming up on the program, Taryn Daly, Steve Miggs from Daily Miggs Morning Show. We'll sit and spin with the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time.
Yes, indeed.
Give you a little taste there of Friday night. That's coming up at 4:30. Our question dealing with how did your phone do you good or how did your phone do you dirty? This actually could have been a terrible thing. It ended up being not the worst. A single-engine plane made an emergency landing on a busy road in Georgia, striking 3 vehicles, leaving 2 people with minor injuries, according to authorities. After the pilot told air traffic controllers to let his wife and parents know that he loved them very much. The Hawker Beechcraft Bonanza landed yesterday on Browns Bridge Road in Gainesville, about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta, headed to Cherokee County Regional Airport in Canton. But the pilot turned back after experiencing problems with the engine just after departure, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. Plane didn't have enough power to make it to the airport, so the pilot landed on the road. I think we're not going to make it, you could hear him say. Please tell my wife Molly I love her, and my parents. I love them so much. More than 10 minutes later, he got a call back. We're going to be fine. We lost our engine taking off out of Gainesville. We tried to glide back, did everything by the book, but realized we're not going to make it back and how far out we were. So, guys, we came down on a road. The plane did struck 3 cars, dislodging a fuel tank into one of them. Gainesville police said 2 people were taken to a hospital with minor injuries, but the fact that they were able to land in the middle of hundreds of vehicles and only hit 3 of them, no power lines, is very remarkable, noting that the road is one of the main arteries through northeast Georgia. The fact that no one was seriously injured or killed is just astonishing.
And I keep hearing the story. And Mike, you're married. You're piloting a plane. Now, this guy, all right, you say that now, all right, but this guy legitimately thought he was going to die.
Yes.
Hence, hey, tell my wife, Molly, that I love her. Just my dog's name is Molly, so I find that funny. Okay. Anyway, in addition to that, what else do you want to tell your wife as you're going down? Like, I hate Salmon Wednesdays. Like, it's one thing to say, hey, tell my wife I love her. And also a few other things. Stop taking my hoodies.
Your zucchini suck.
I never liked your dog.
Right. I mean,
I could have got that.
I'm just thinking, like, what else could this guy have said? Because, like I said, nothing's worse than saying all this truth and then you end up surviving.
Right. Because I think that's what it
had
is.
sex with your sister. I wanted you to know.
I think it's the small bit of hope that you hold on to that you actually will survive. And then it's kind of like, you're crash landing, you got your buddy, like, dude, I've always hated your girlfriend. Then you survive, like, well, we're screwed now.
So you think this guy was kind of like, all right, I think I'm going to die. But I'm still holding out hope, so I'm going to stop with I love you.
Yes.
But if this plane stalls and I know it's imminent, hey, one last thing you need to tell. You think then he goes through his laundry list of complaints?
You're darn right. I think if you...
I hate your tuna casserole.
If you found the black
your
book
mother's
on that,
a whore, right? But you have have to know you're dying. Almost famous.
Yeah. The one guy's like, I'm gay.
And then the plane just stops in turbulence.
It like levels out.
That's what you got to know, man.
Like, ooh.
A woman was caught on a viral video swimming in a dirty river after dropping her phone while joking, I'm going to be famous on TikTok. Now, if you know anything about San Antonio, you know of the San Antonio Riverwalk.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
It is a tourist hotspot, famous for its European architecture and cruise tours. But officials have always prohibited visitors from wading in the water over health and safety concerns because it's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
The video captured the moment the unidentified woman suspended herself into the river and began searching for the phone with her bare feet. She told her friends that she would feel around with her bare feet before taking off her shoes and rolling up her sweatpants. In the clip, she carefully climbed down the cement wall into the murky green water and began to walk around slowly as boat passengers tried to direct her. Others stood on the cement wall and watched as she desperately tried to find her submerged phone with her feet. The crowd cheered as she fished out a flat square brick. But the woman then screamed, yes, guys, it's an effing brick. TikToker who shared the video added in the caption, we watched this lady search for her phone in the San Antonio River on the Riverwalk. She looked for over 8 minutes and only found a brick and 2 rocks. Never found her phone. Locals did rush to the comments section to express their shock and disgust at the visitor's behavior, with one writing, I live in San Antonio. She needs to go to a doctor right now.
Uh-huh.
I would rather be phoneless than even breathe next to that Riverwalk. That is absolutely disgusting. Another, that phone is no good anymore. Just buy another one. Don't keep trying to look for it. I live in San Antonio. She's not finding a damn thing in that water. It's gone. The E. coli is a problem in that river that comes from fecal matter from animals and humans and can be very harmful to humans as well. But I've told this story before. I'll tell it to you real quick. I was down with a family in San Diego. My kid was in school down there. So my wife loves a good activity at the time. You always got to do some kind of activity. You can't just chill out and go with the flow. You need to have a structured plan activity.
But it does not involve relaxing.
This is how she rolls. That's exactly right. So what are we going to do? We were staying at the Marriott down on the water, and she said they have kayaks you can rent. I'm like, all right, cool. So we take the kayaks out for a little while, probably an hour or so, whatever the rental is, come back in. And as she is pushing up out of the kayak, she's got her phone in her hand, and she's pushing up on the dock, and that phone is not all the way fully on the dock with her hands on the edge. Thump, goes right down into the bottom of that marina. Now, the water is probably about 8 feet deep.
Yeah.
It's right out of my no zone as far as how cold the water was at this time. It was just 70 degrees in San Diego at the time. I could see the phone, blah, 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 blah. But I have a plan. I'm like, look, hopefully, if I'm lucky, we'll get a low tide, and that'll be a little bit more manageable. If it's 5 feet down, I will dive down and get your damn phone. But any more than that, I'm just not diving down that. Because it was kind of wedged in between the dock and a boat. So I would have to dive straight down, and then come straight back up. So it's kind of a narrow little area to dive down into.
But even if low tide hits, what are the odds that the phone is going to, having been so low tide? Sure, great,
right?
It's going to be hours. The phone's done one way or another.
Yeah. So next day I did a 5K.
Or you got to hope it's still there.
Yeah,
but it's in water. It moves
not
around.
Going to work.
But you have to understand, when you take the phone away from a woman, all right, you basically just, I mean, you've ruined the entire trip. She did this on her own. But at the same time, now she's got my phone all the time. She's doing her own things. Like, you don't have this person's number. Yeah, I'm not friends with Yafa.
You don't have this app.
I don't have. I don't know. I don't know any of this crap. But so the next day we ran in a race in the morning, like a 5K downtown, and it basically ends where our hotel is. So I walk over. I've got my phone, and I call her phone, and I can see it, man, and it's still lighting up down 8 feet of water. I can see the damn thing. And people are like looking around, looking to see what I'm doing. One of the boat captains or a guy who lives on the boats walking up. He's like, yeah, man, that's going to be a tough one to get. I'm like, I'm not the best diver in the world, but I was like, I just don't see me being able to get down that far because it's kind of an illusion. He's like, yeah, man, it's probably more like 10 feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 10 feet straight down? I'm not a golden retriever. I don't know if I can do that or not. So the next day, get up and do a walk and go get coffee. This is day number 2 after the phone had been dropped in. It been dropped in the afternoon the day before. I call it again. It lights up again. All right?
Stand corrected.
The third day, I walked by there, called the phone again, and it still lit up. Went back in the afternoon because it was low tide. Tried to call the phone again. It had died at that point. So I'm like, there's no point in me even trying to get down there because she had it in one of those plastic Ziploc cases.
And that didn't keep. I mean, I know it's down there for days, but it did eventually leak through.
She pinched it to the point it was like airtight.
Yeah.
So there was no air bubble in there to float the thing up. The phone was too heavy, so the phone still submerged. You know, because you're supposed to wear that thing with the strap around
the lanyard and all that crap.
Exactly. How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys are doing well today after the big Seahawks victory.
Sure, man.
Yeah, so my story goes like this. I drive a Corvette, and I put 4 cameras inside the carport, 2 cameras out on the deck, and no problems. One morning, I wake up to pee, and I look in my security TV, and there's some guy leaning in my car. I freak out, get dressed, run all the way in there or out there, and the phone didn't work. It just crapped out.
Somebody trying to call 911, you mean?
Exactly. But it was a Samsung phone, and it just decided to crap out on me. And so when I got out there, I was kind of felt stupid because I didn't know what to do. You know, I don't know if the guy's got a gun or what. So I just said, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you wait right here? And he goes, yeah, sure. I ran back in the house and grabbed a baseball bat. I must have chased him a block and a half up the street before I gave up. I was out of breath. But I'll tell you what, never buy a Samsung.
All right. Lesson learned.
You said, will you wait right here for me? And he said, sure.
Yeah, he stood there and waited.
That's not the brightest guy.
No, and first I said, hey, how you doing? And he said, hey, what's up? And I said, can you do me a favor and wait? I'll be right back. And he said, sure. So I just ran back up into the house here and grabbed my baseball bat. And he said, well, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to bust your knees. And he just turned and bolted.
I'm going to tell you where I think you went wrong in this story, all right? So you got the Samsung, you go to call 911. It doesn't connect. Now, you said you freaked out and got dressed. Getting dressed was your first mistake. Because the guy could be 6'9", weigh 350 pounds, and be a former boxing champ. Nobody likes a naked person charging them. They're going to run. Like, you need to look crazy, man.
Steve, do you have a baseball bat for personal protection?
I absolutely know that because one of my favorite strategies, I'm only 5'9", 190 pounds. I'm an ex-biker. But the one thing that wins a fight is when someone wants to throw down, you just start taking your pants off, and they go, whoa, what are you doing, dude?
Nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody.
Yeah.
I just don't have a baseball bat on the ready. Like, I don't. It's one thing I've had my entire life, but in my adult life, I don't have a baseball bat anymore.
Yeah,
probably should for protection, but I just don't have one.
Yeah, it also depends on where you live.
I'm just thinking, if someone breaks into my house, I don't know that a baseball bat is going to be the deterrent.
Yeah.
I assume you are armed with a gun, and if you tell me you're not, then we can scrap. But my assumption is that you are armed with a firearm. I don't have anything that's going to...
Have you guys ever been in a position where you had to call 911?
If I call 911... yeah. I would have, but I didn't have my phone on. I mean, so I saw... Kid gets hit. He's on a skateboard, gets hit by a car. It's downtown Seattle. There'd be 12 people just staring at this kid laying in the middle of the street. I was getting pizza around the corner. I don't have my phone on me. I just left it at work. But everyone's just looking at him. And my instinct, my hand goes in my pocket. And I'm like, crap, I don't have my phone. So I'm looking at these people looking at him. And I'm like, can someone call 911? And like, it just snapped at all the brains. Like, oh, right, yeah. So probably 11 people called 911. So I would have called 911 since it was too big of a task, apparently, for all of the witnesses standing there. But that was it. And I felt bad because I didn't have my phone.
I was going to say, right, like I called him once just because there was a girl about to jump off one of the overpasses.
Jesus.
That's right, I remember.
Jesus, man. Yeah, that's a good reason to call.
Did you talk to her personally?
No.
You just called 911?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to say, man? And do you want to be the last person there? Right?
I mean, that's the whole thing. I had no idea what was going on. Like, she's kind of climbing over, right? So I'm on the phone, and then she kind of came back on the other side. But same thing. Like, I don't know. What if I say something? What if even just interacting with her makes her go, I need to do this?
You don't know. Or even if she slipped in the time you're talking to her, right? I'm not trying to carry that guilt.
How'd your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
I don't know if you remember this clip from like 20 years ago. It was over in China. And there's a guy, he's on a bridge, he's threatening to jump, okay? So it's rush hour traffic. They have stopped in both directions. Traffic is absolutely backed up. And the cops, they are out of their vehicles trying to talk to the guy. Okay, so they're maybe 12 feet away from him, but he is one leg over the bridge. I don't speak Chinese, but contextually you can guess what the conversation is. Come on, buddy, all this kind of stuff. One of the drivers gets out of his car, walks up to this dude, and pushes his ass off the bridge. And the guy was gone because he was pissed because he was. I think you showed me the video. Yeah, I mean, this guy, he just walks up real casual, and he's not quite smiling. It's more of a, kind of a sneer, but you see him walk right past the cops. I think the cops thought maybe he knew the guy or something and pushed his ass off the bridge and started going back to his car. Naturally, the cops arrested him.
Different trip.
Damn,
different trip to San Diego to see my kid, but I saw somebody jump off the Coronado Bridge.
You actually saw it?
Yeah, they stopped. He parked his truck. He was coming the opposite way as me. We were on the very top of the bridge. I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he was just getting out to check something in the back of his truck.
Yeah.
He closes the door. He walks over, and he's gone.
Holy.
Yep.
I guess you called 911.
I did not call 911 because there was already people.
What did someone need to do for you to call 911?
Well, people were behind him, so they saw him. Initially, I thought he was in the back of his truck. I did not realize. So
you didn't realize?
When I got past the truck, I was on the inside lane. I rolled down the window, and the guy's going, he jumped, he's right there, I'm like, man, he ain't going to make it. That's a high bridge.
Wow.
Yeah. Turns out that guy had murdered his girlfriend
that morning.
Jesus Christ.
I read the story the next day, so I'm like, there's got to be a follow-up. There's got to be a follow-up to this. We got to know what the hell that is. What happened.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matt. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hawk Nation.
Go Hawks.
Yep. All right. So about 16 years ago, I was with my ex-baby mama, and it was coming to the end of our relationship. We were arguing. We couldn't get along. So we had a fight. I went down to a friend's house. Everybody's got the friend that still lives like they're in college when they're in their late 20s. And so we start drinking beer, and we start talking about her. I'm telling him what's wrong. You know, she doesn't trust me. She's always a B. And, you know, I'm just talking a lot of crap. And it goes on for a while. You know, we get into, my friend's like, I don't really like her either. I don't know why you're with her and all this stuff. And I think at one point it was like, you know, she's not even that good looking. And
man.
It's really bad stuff. And so I was at his house for about an hour and a half, and I go home and I walk in the door, and I just get this mean mug stare. I'm like, hey, well, you know, what's going on? And she just shows me her call log on her phone. I apparently had butt dialed her, and she listened to the whole 45-minute conversation that me and my friend, who is a friend of hers also, just talking down about her.
Well, I guess that was the end of that.
Well, not quite at that point, but that was pretty much the beginning of the end.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And
Sounds like it.
It was pretty much over at that point anyway.
Well, that just guaranteed it, man. That is,
I've done it.
Final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I did it one day after work. Me and Ted were talking in the office, and she called. I thought I hung up, and I didn't. I just went on rampage because it was so bad.
You just don't do it, man.
It was so bad. Yeah.
Don't do it.
It was another one of those times, like, took a month to get over that one. You know, like anything. Just like, I mean, she's one of those people that, you know, that wasn't easily to forgive you.
Didn't like being talked about on the phone.
I went off.
But were you responding to a situation?
No, I was frustrated about whatever the hell she was talking about. So I hung up and I just vented with Ted. But I didn't hang up the phone, man. And I mean, it was just F-bomb after F-bomb, and every word in the book. You know, not wanting to go home.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, uh-oh.
That is the worst feeling.
Still there.
Oh, no.
Hello? Yeah. Oh, no. Hello. No, I'm just joking, man. Yeah, I just came with Ted.
All right. So I have two for you. A, my sister, my mom, my brother, my sister-in-law, they would always go see the National Christmas Tree sometime around the holiday, around Christmas, and then go to this Irish restaurant, right? So look, my niece and nephew are a little bit younger, blah, blah, blah. I guess one of them's throwing up. There's another kid at the thing. So anyhow, so my sister gets absolutely hammered and forgets that my brother is still on this text thread. And this is like 2 days before Christmas. So he obviously have his phone on silent, and he wakes up in the morning, and my sister's calling his house phone. She's like, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. So he sees all this, basically like, Christmas, you and Mom stay in Maryland, we'll stay in Virginia.
Oh, was that bad?
So that one was bad. It took a couple, I mean, I want to say it took like a year, because I think even Easter, he was still so pissed. Like, no, you're not coming over. But the worst one was...
That wasn't the worst.
No, was Bernie and his brother. And I will put this lightly. Bernie and his one brother have complete different political views than, say, this other brother, maybe somebody like I do.
Okay.
So they call him from the truck, right? And they need this brother because he works on trucks and everything. And they don't hang up the phone. Say they left like a 45-minute voicemail, like that guy just said, just calling him a bitch, saying he's a P word.
Oh, no way.
I mean, just think of like some of the worst stuff you'd say to like a family member or a teammate, right? But it's one thing if you're saying it, they kind of get it. But like, I mean, again, I think that took a year or two. The one brother just was like, you guys are like, now, I know what you really think about me.
That is a rough one, dude.
How did your phone do you good, or how did your phone do you dirty? 206-803-ROCK.
Guess who it is, Ted?
James.
James, welcome to the men's room.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Doing great, man.
Good. long story short is, you know how on iPhones you can have a nickname, so your phone will call you a nickname?
Sure.
So I thought it would be a good idea to put Big Daddy Dope Penis, but not use the word penis.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So my mom lives in a retirement community, and I had totally forgotten that I put this nickname on there. It's been months and months and months. And she lives in a retirement community, and she's having a garage sale, so she's getting rid of all of her stuff, and she has a ton of puzzles. Puzzles go really well with the elderly because, you know, they love doing puzzles, I guess. Whatever.
And you can sit down, and you got nothing to do.
Exactly. So I'm, selling these puzzles to these older ladies, and one of the older ladies says, "Oh, where did your mom get all these puzzles?" And I was like, "Oh, she works for a craft store, And she was like, "Oh, is it near?" And I'm like, "Yeah, do you want me to get the address for you?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." So I said, "Hey, Siri, can you give me the address for so-and-so store?" And she's like, "Sorry, Big Daddy Dope." Right in front of her. You need to unlock your iPhone first. And so I'm sitting there looking at her, and I look straight at her, and the lady's just, it's okay. You don't have to get the address.
Is it really big?
Yeah. I mean, my phone didn't call me that for no reason. So, just say that. But I
your phone made that call.
Exactly.
That's how that works.
Big Daddy
Siri.
Dope
Siri's like, "I already know your nickname, you well-hung polo pony." That is not how it works.
Taryn Daly, Steve makes from a Daily Mix Morning Show coming up. We're going to sit and spin with the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all times, and we've got your emails on the way next from the men's room at KISW.com.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, health insurers will deny your claim if they think you're popular enough to get by with a GoFundMe. But first, a man in Meshuggah, Wisconsin was found alive after he spent 9 days trapped in a...
Yeah, I'll take a turkey and bacon sandwich on pumpernickel.
Felix, are you ordering food right now?
Yeah, sorry, man, sorry. I tried to do it earlier, but I was on hold. No, I was talking to my coworker. But yeah, turkey and bacon on pumpernickel. Yeah, I did know the pumpernickel's German for devil's fart, but I like that thick rye, Playboy.
Pumpernickel means devil's fart? Really?
Yeah, man, but come on, Stone, I'm on the phone.
Oh, my apologies, Felix. I was distracted by our newscast.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. No, he talks a lot. Okay, you got my turkey and bacon, no crust on that. I also want to add an order of sweet potato fries, but don't cook them. Just give them to me raw.
You eat raw sweet potatoes?
I eat raw sweet potato fries, Stone. Listen, man, if you're going to keep talking to me, do you want anything?
From the restaurant?
Yeah, man.
Since you have derailed our broadcast, why not? Do they have any soup on the menu?
Hold on. You have any soup on the menu? Yeah, man, they have soup on the menu.
Okay, what kind of soup do they have on the menu, Felix?
Are you always this difficult when you order food?
I'm not being difficult, Felix. But since you decided to make this your personal lunch hour, I figured that I would jump in and order some soup. I just want to know what kind of soup they offer.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, they have chicken noodle, cheese and broccoli, French onion, tomato bisque, and minestrone.
That actually sounds quite good. I'll take an order of the French onion.
Yeah, they're all out.
They don't have French onion. Okay, I'll take a bowl of the chicken noodle then.
Yeah, they're all out.
They're out of the French onion and the chicken noodle? What soups do they have?
Guy on the phone says they're all out of soup.
Felix, I literally just asked you if they have soup, and you told me 5 different ones. Now you're telling me that they don't have any soup available.
That is correct.
Then why did you say that they had soup?
They did not say that they have soup. You asked if they have soup on the menu, and they do, just none available.
That's too bad. I was in the mood for a cup of minestrone.
They got you, Bonnie. Just 1 cup?
Actually, make it a bowl.
Yeah, and 1 bowl of minestrone.
Well, then I will have a bowl of the minestrone, too.
Sorry, Playboy, they're all out.
Bonnie just ordered a bowl!
Yeah, and now they're out. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. Yeah, he is like that all the time.
Are you even talking on the phone, or are you just talking to your hand?
Do you think that I would sit here talking to my hand just to disrupt a news broadcast?
Yes!
Hello? Damn, Stone, they just hung up on me, man, because you kept talking. Now I gotta call them back and start this all over again.
So I'm not getting any soup?
Sorry, Bonnie. Stone messed everything up.
We're going to break. We will be back next hour. Hello, everyone. This has been an In Action News broadcast, a Comedia Dysfunction. Watch all In Action News videos, new and old, on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@inactionnews.
And make sure you like and subscribe, man. And be sure to follow us on all your favorite social media platforms at In Action News.
100,000, I want to say, last time they won. Wasn't it right around that number? I mean, 1 million people. That's freaking insane.
We're going to have a difficult time getting into work on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Just because the parade starts at 10, we normally get here a little before that.
It starts at 11.
Is mine. It's an easy game to play. We get a contestant to pick from one of 2 categories and try to get as many right. All right. 10 play. TV remote. All right, you got towels correct. Hangers, toiletries, blankets, pillows, hair.
don't know. This everything I've personally taken. You said toilet seats were done.
We're done.
Yes.
All right, you're running out of time. We're going to go to break. Just give me one more guess. You can do it.
All right. The ice bucket.
That's not on the list.
You're close up. You did all right, man. You got 8 out of 10. Here are the 10 things that people steal from hotel rooms the most. Remote control comes in 10th place. One he missed, dishes. As far as the glassware goes,
Okay.
Some hotels that have kitchenettes end up getting their silverware taken and plates as well.
Damn.
Alarm clock 8, hair dryer was 7, pillows are number 6, blanket number 5, toiletries 4, hangers comes in at 3rd. The one I figured he'd guess first, bathrobes. They're the second most stolen item, and towels are number 1. All right, coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to the Men's Room.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Just a couple days away from Live Night Getting Yachty and Naughty Snoqualmie Casino in Hotel. The entire experience live. Doors open at 6 o'clock at the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Obviously, you can get there a little bit early, do a little gambling, have a little fun, and then enjoy the show as 100% of everything you'll experience will be live. From the Daily Mix Morning Show, the hosts, all the laughs, the sound effects, all the music, the voice actors, the commercials, and of course, a live band on stage doing the yacht rock scene.
And us.
That's right. And the men's room.
Yeah.
We'll be there too. Little live big dummy. You'll be a part of our live studio audience. Ted, your third and final attempt on that Ted versus the FCC, which you have failed miserably on the last 2 attempts.
I failed miserably, but as we learned last year, when I have down years, the Seahawks have up years.
Oh, really?
I'm almost positive if I'm terrible, they seem to be better.
People are going to start making them worse and worse for you. Why would you say that out loud?
So that was the only advantage to heading into Christmas break last year. In my head, I was like, well, the Seahawks are still rolling.
I think Coach McDonald's going to start writing something for you.
He might.
Yeah.
That's right.
Don't let him get wind of
He
this.
still owes me a thank you.
Tickets are on sale now.
That's
You can
right.
still pick those up. KISW.com if you want to join us on Friday night up at the lovely Snoqualmie Casino and brand new hotel that they've got up there. Okay, let's see here. And speaking of, we've got the 10 greatest yacht rock songs of all time coming up in just minutes with Sit and Spin. But first, time for a few emails from the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
And a couple from today and the phone deal. Guys, my wife used to talk to text and meant to send me a message to say, could you pick up some pickles on the way home? What I got, could you pick up some dildos on the way home?
But did you?
Another, I messaged a guy I met at Lowe's about some parts for his truck. My phone changed it somehow, so my phone read, hey, it's Mike. We met at Lover's. I've never typed it into my phone ever. Autocorrect fail. But we both had a good laugh. Couple of extra emails here. This one is entitled, Been Many Years. To the men of the men's room. Been listening to you all for many of the years. Then Uncle Sam called me up, and I left in 2010. Yes, it was crap during that time. Went to Georgia, got smacked with the biggest culture shock of my life. I joined as a welder. I come from the Key Peninsula, went to Peninsula High, home of the Seahawks, where there is not a whole lot of diversity. Fort Benning, Georgia, that opened my eyes. I saw more color than what coloring books could provide. Since then, I've been to 5 countries and states, was even stationed back home at Fort Lewis for a couple of years, been married and divorced twice, looking to marry the true love of my life, if she says yes. You guys have all just given me always a great smile, a good morale boost. Just broke my ankle in 2 places, here in Fort Drum, while preparing to go over the pond again.
Where's Fort Drum?
I don't know. And yes, I'll still be going because of the grit of what the Northwest has given me. The men's toast, I've said it 1,000 times, everywhere around the world, and anytime I'm at a party. Good get-together or the next shotgun.
Nice.
They all want to hear the toast of the day. And that's been a staple for the start of a great story. So I thank you guys for all the smiles that you provide. Down the hole of bicholas, that from SSG Curl, Brandon. Brandon
Nice.
Curl. So Brandon, thank you for the email.
That's cool, man.
That is very nice.
All right, I broke my ankle in 2 places. Still shipping out. Cool.
Yep.
I think he's up in New York.
Fort
Said
Drum?
Fort Drum, right?
Fort Drum, yeah.
Where in New York? I'm just curious.
I never heard of that one either.
Let's say what town it's close to.
Northern New York.
Okay, that helps. I mean, that could be Albany, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse,
Saratoga Springs. At least one good sandwich for ciabatta. As we continue to get these in, as we bitch about that horrible, god-awful bread.
Do not say French dip it doesn't count because you get to dip it in juice.
That's kind of what this is. Hey, Miles and Steve, there's at least one sandwich that benefits from ciabatta.
Okay.
The French dip. It's in the name. I mean, the ciabatta acts like a sponge for the au jus, but it's structural enough not to fall apart. It's a simple sandwich. Ciabatta, thin sliced London prime roast beef from Dietz & Watson, horseradish sauce, boar's head or beaver, mayonnaise, preferred Dukes, and black pepper. That from Thomas, U.S. Ambassador to Algonia.
Sorry. Boar's head or beaver.
Yeah. What do you prefer, our brothel?
Right. That was pretty funny. Sorry. Also, well, first of all, you're never going to watch All American. I'll give up. Go get the chicken sandwich from the soup lady. She's toasted her ciabatta, then put the chicken salad on the sandwich.
Oh, she has chicken salad.
She does.
Man, listen, I love chicken salad, all right? But the idea of putting it on ciabatta, you might be right. I'm just saying mentally that goes against everything I believe.
Is it $18?
It is.
Is it $18?
It is way too expensive. It's good.
The food in the food court down here, man, is absolutely, you cannot believe it when you cash out.
I also take issue with the fact that you disqualify the ciabatta just because it's good when you dip it. Don't say it doesn't count. That's how you make it better.
You get listen,
any
man.
bread will make
you
it better.
You can dip any bread into the au jus. It makes the thing better because they serve the look.
But it's the best sandwich for it because it still holds its shape and the flavor.
I understand it is the best sandwich for the ciabatta because ciabatta, that's the only sandwich that makes sense. Like, just dip me in juice, make me palatable. But every other bread goes, hey, no, ciabatta. Get in line, homie. They've been serving us.
Man, you could make doggone s'mores with saltines if you wanted to, but you know what? The graham cracker does it best.
It does.
So you know what? That's the only use for the damn graham cracker.
But I don't mind graham crackers or saltines on their own. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, in Mike's defense, if you just had one of those little kind of like softer like hoagie rolls that you buy at the store, would disintegrate in that.
No, it depends how long you keep it in there.
I keep mine in for a while.
Well, that's on you.
Subject: what caught on fire?
I'm sorry, man. You're like a child. Just keep it in there.
That's when
you pull it out, the bread's still in the juice.
What happened?
This one from our buddy Scott down there in Olympia. He says, "Hola bicholas. Long story short, my wife is from Texas and she knows good barbecue. Now, for the last couple of years for her birthday, she has had smoked brisket. This last year, shout out to Double D Meats in Mount Lake Terrace.
Man, I need to go there.
Yes, you do.
God,
just for the seasoning alone.
Everyone talks about it. My wife and I talk about it. We just haven't actually ventured there.
Just go a little north.
I know.
We picked up a beautiful 17-pound brisket. Ooh. Spent the entire day before prepping it, marinating, rubbing it. Ooh. She had a special rub sent in by her family from Rudy's Barbecue in Texas. It was going to be glorious. Until the next morning at 8 a.m. My wife comes running upstairs in the room. The barbecue is on fire. Of course, half asleep, I jump up, run downstairs. Out back, our super juicy brisket started a grease fire. May it rest in peace. The grease fire not only torched our brisket, but as you can see with the included pictures, was hot enough to melt our barbecue grill.
Jesus, man.
I walked down with complete shock as the sides of the barbecue were melting and collapsed in on itself. Both of us were heartbroken. All that delicious meat, gone. Follow-up shout-out to Jay and L Barbecue in Everett. We were able to pick up some delicious pre-cooked brisket and save the party. But I know you guys will feel my loss. I know you guys appreciate good barbecue, especially smoked brisket. Thanks again for all the laughs and being the greatest radio show in Seattle. Cheers, guys. That from Scott.
You know what I like about Scott here? Scott hits it right on the point. At the grill, I can replace the grill. It's about losing the brisket. And look, the grill costs significantly more than the brisket. But the thing
17-pound brisket is probably going to be about what? $50, $60, $70?
I don't know.
It could have been a 5-pound brisket. Doesn't matter. Like the tiers are for the brisket, not the grill.
Yeah, but honest to God, if you ever go to Double D up there in Mount Lake Terrace, they've got everything. Everything.
You're not telling me anything I've not heard. I do not know why
every
we
sauce, every rub,
right?
It's all there, man. I mean, that place is like you're a kid in a candy store. It's all wrapped in paper.
The candy's made out of meat,
like a butcher. It's a butcher place.
Yeah.
It's an original place, man.
What was that? What was that other butcher shop, Mike, we used to go to when you lived in Old Town?
Fisher Meats.
Yeah,
loved Fisher Meats. They got some of the best jerky out there. They got great salami sticks.
Still around then?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know.
Coming up at 5:08, we will drink and toast with a shot of the day. But first,
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong? Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong?
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here. Exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, health insurers will deny your claim if they think you're popular enough to get by with a GoFundMe. But first, a man in Meshuggah, Wisconsin was found alive after he spent 9 days trapped in a...
Yeah, I'll take a turkey and bacon sandwich on pumpernickel.
Felix, are you ordering food right now?
Yeah, sorry, man, sorry. I tried to do it earlier, but I was on hold. No, I was talking to my coworker. But yeah, turkey and bacon on pumpernickel. Yeah, I did know the pumpernickel is German for devil's fart, but I like that thick rye, Playboy.
Pumpernickel means devil's fart? Really?
Yeah, man, but come on, Stone, I'm on the phone.
Oh, my apologies, Felix. I was distracted by our newscast.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. No, he talks a lot. Okay, you got my turkey and bacon, no crust on that. I also want to add an order of sweet potato fries, but don't cook them. Just give them to me raw.
You eat raw sweet potatoes?
I eat raw sweet potato fries, Stone. Listen, man, if you're going to keep talking to me, do you want anything?
From the restaurant?
Yeah, man.
Since you have derailed our broadcast, why not? Do they have any soup on the menu?
Hold on. You have any soup on the menu? Yeah, man, they have soup on the menu.
Okay, what kind of soup do they have on the menu, Felix?
Are you always this difficult when you order food?
I'm not being difficult, Felix. But since you decided to make this your personal lunch hour, I figured that I would jump in and order some soup. I just want to know what kind of soup they offer.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, they have chicken noodle, cheese and broccoli, French onion, tomato bisque, and minestrone.
That actually sounds quite good. I'll take an order of the French onion.
Yeah, they're all out.
They don't have French onion. Okay, I'll take a bowl of the chicken noodle then.
Yeah, they're all out.
They're out of the French onion and the chicken noodle? What soups do they have?
Guy on the phone says they're all out of soup.
Felix, I literally just asked you if they have soup, and you told me 5 different ones. Now you're telling me that they don't have any soup available.
That is correct.
Then why did you say that they had soup?
They did not say that they have soup. You asked if they have soup on the menu, and they do, just none available.
That's too bad. I was in the mood for a cup of minestrone.
They got you, Bonnie. Just 1 cup?
Actually, make it a bowl.
Yeah, and 1 bowl of minestrone.
Well, then I will have a bowl of the minestrone, too.
Sorry, Playboy, they're all out.
Bonnie just ordered a bowl!
Yeah, and now they're out. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. Yeah, he is like that all the time.
Are you even talking on the phone, or are you just talking to your hand?
Do you think that I would sit here talking to my hand just to disrupt a news broadcast?
Yes!
Hello? Damn, Stone, they just hung up on me, man, because you kept talking. Now I gotta call them back and start this all over again.
So I'm not getting any soup?
Sorry, Bonnie. Stone messed everything up.
We're going to break. We will be back next hour.
KISW. The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up at 5:08, we'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check with Mike Hogg and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. A developmental psychologist recommends that parents take notes from their pets when it comes to raising kids. So basically, they were suggesting taking a dog-like approach in the beginning stages and transitioning to a more cat-like framework as they grow older. So basically, I did a little, read the synopsis of it. And basically what it was is in the early stages of life, kids need a lot of love and affection. They need a lot of comfort. They need a lot of attention, much like a dog would. Right there in your face. We're right here. Whatever you need, we're right here.
Oh, yes.
As they get older and kids start to require more independence, and they might not know it for themselves, but they require more independence to learn who they are, taking a more standoffish, passive approach and just kind of letting them be themselves, give them some space.
So unless they get it your damn self, I'm actually doing the right thing.
You are correct.
All right.
You know what? As mean as it sounds, you are correct.
You can do that.
Right. I related to when I went into Boy Scouts. I was a mama's boy. I was a parent's child, as it were. And the first time I went on a camp out that neither of my parents were on, I had a complete and total meltdown. I was terrified. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't got my parents out there.
Sure.
This is the one time that my dad lied to me. He was like, I will be there. Where are you guys going? Okay, I'll be there in the morning. I just got to work tonight. I'll be there in the morning. He never freaking showed up.
Of course not.
But then I was on my own from that moment on.
And you're fine, right?
Yeah.
Once you realize you're fine, you're fine.
Yeah. Still, rely on him for a lot of stuff. New bionic sneakers have been developed and are being hailed as an e-bike for your feet.
Bionic sneakers.
What does the bionic sneaker do?
Adds just a little bit. It makes it easier. Like I said, it's an e-bike for your feet. So the way that they looked, they kind of strapped on your ankles. So I think it takes pressure off some of your muscles, and it helps the movement. I don't know, but it makes it easier. You know what I mean?
I just looked up a picture. It seems like a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to describe. I don't know how to describe it. I also don't know if I support it. As you get older, or maybe you have disabilities or something to where you need that extra leg.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But average Joe, for the 4 people in this room,
no. We don't need anything to make us lazy.
Right, just wear your shoes.
Walk.
I know. What did I say to you earlier today? I go and function over fashion tomorrow for the parade. Definitely wearing my Hokas.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Everyone should. You should wear the shoes you walk in the best tomorrow.
Right.
You're going to be walking everywhere downtown.
That's right. Comfortable in distance. Scientists have found a way to track water as it moves around the planet.
Okay.
I don't know what we're going to use that for, but I got to imagine that knowing where the water is going and how it gets there and all that's got to be...
You're looking at currents and how they shift and affect weather. That's NOAA stuff.
But I thought that's what they were doing. They were tracking currents like that. Mm-hmm. What were you guys doing before if was not the information you were getting with tracking currents?
That's typically why if you, throw a bottle in the ocean in Ireland, theoretically it'll end up in Puerto Rico. So just think of how Columbus sailed and all those guys. It comes down that way. And there was a shift last year in that current, which is a circular motion in the northern hemisphere of the Atlantic. And it kind of just stopped. And people were like, what in the hell is going on? Because those currents carry all the fish, they carry all the, all the...
And it just went still.
It just went still.
Damn.
Which is a little weird, because it's like hitting a dead spot in the Pacific or whatever.
Yeah.
Doldrums, right?
Yeah. Put your thinking caps on, gents. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. 60% chance of success on this one. It is a verb brought to you by the letter B. And to do this... to do this is to cause harm or damage something, mainly used in somebody's name, somebody's honor, but to do this to the reputation of this. Belittled? No, not quite. You got
besmirch.
There it is.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, besmirch.
2 for 2 this week, Steve.
You need to besmirch, man. What's smirch?
You are not smirch enough. You need to besmirch.
Maybe we should sell some beast merch.
Oh.
Right?
Beast merch.
We got beast merch. Don't besmirch the beast merch.
I'm pretty sure he's already got beast merch.
I'm sure he does.
Got his logo and everything. There's a man claiming that he quote-unquote solved the Bermuda Triangle.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm not even dignifying it by reading
it, brother. Yeah,
right. It's a weird technical anomaly. That's about it. There's no weird void in there. There's no parallel universe or nothing. It's just
my dad's job in the Navy. They would fly from Newfoundland, Canada. It was a 13-hour round trip. to see if they would disappear in the Bermuda Triangle, because it was big at that time, right? But maintain radio communication. So my father was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you. There's like 8 of us on the plane. We never wanted to be successful. It's like, because at that time, the Bermuda Triangle was just a scary thing.
Sure.
And it's like, and we had to fly through it.
Right.
And they were hoping we'd disappear, but maintain radio contact. It's like, we did not want to disappear.
No.
He did point out, though, he goes, if anything went wrong with the plane, we always hoped it happened over Bermuda because we'd have to parachute out, but it would take about 2 weeks to recover.
Now you're just 2 weeks in Bermuda.
I'm in Newfoundland, Canada, or I can spend 2 weeks in Bermuda. He's like, yeah, man, trust me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they almost wanted to sabotage the plane. He's
Send the
like,
boats.
Dude, 2 weeks, damn. Oh, yeah.
So they were just doing. You remember the movie Contact? That was kind of the same premise. What was going on there?
Yeah, basically.
Dropped into that wormhole.
See what happens. Keep doing it over and over. And he's like, it was a daily thing. It's a military, so it's just repetitive. But he's like, it was a 13-hour flight every freaking day. And remember, the goal was for us to disappear. He's like, I'm happy we were unsuccessful.
Whiz. According to a new study, electric cars are making it easier to breathe.
Who paid for this?
Here we go.
Who paid for this?
Musk.
That's the point of the electric car, is to cut down on emissions. Right. I mean, it shouldn't be hard to figure out.
What do you know? Less emissions make cleaner air out here.
I'll be damned.
How about that? What was it during the pandemic when nobody was driving? What do you know?
Yeah, their quality went up.
Yeah. Shocker.
Who knew?
Dietitians are calling for more oversight on GLP-1 medications after some patients are developing scurvy.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really?
So the thing is about it, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure GLP-1 medications curb your appetite.
Sure.
More than they help the process of what your stomach's actually doing, you don't feel like eating. You don't. In fact, there are some folks where certain foods they almost are repulsive to you.
Oh, really?
So folks are already malnourished. Like that's why people are losing a crap ton of weight on this. It's not like it's doing anything to your systems. You're just not eating. So unfortunately, that includes essential nutrients that keep scurvy at bay. It's making a resurgence.
Why don't they put that in the side effects? You know, they tell you about thoughts of this, blah blah blah.
Because
blah,
it is not
blah,
a side
blah.
effect of it. It is a side effect of the side effect.
Side effect.
Because the side effect is that you don't want to eat anymore, you don't eat anymore, and then you're getting scurvy.
So it's what you'd call, in the corporate world, a third-party symptom.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's third party.
That's exactly right.
Sorry you got scurvy.
Yeah.
Scurvy.
Yeah.
Jesus. Measles, scurvy. What else can we... How about some black plague? Jesus. God.
Run it back.
Spanish flu. What else can we do?
Back. What can we get done here?
Anybody want polio? We're handing it all out now.
Just take a hot second before you put something in your body, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Hang around the rosy.
But you know what? Some people saw that coming. When a lot of these medications were coming out, they obviously had their own uses. They had their own intentions, and other people were using them for things beyond what they were designed for.
Sure.
And some people looked at it and said, that's probably a bad idea. And that sometimes we hate being right. In fact, there's a lot of different instances where people just hate being right.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So I thought, what are other things that people could possibly just know what's coming? You can see the future. You can see it happening. And regardless, people just fire directly off into it without even considering anything whatsoever. So these are the times that we just hate being right. The things that we hate being right about. Number 10 on the list, they go with your own bad habits. Knowing exactly why you're failing at something. Procrastinating, not exercising, but you still do it anyway.
Sure.
You know, and at the end of the day, those aren't the worst. That's why it's the bottom of the list. It's the vices that, there's a reason why we call them vices. It's because, yeah, we know we're not supposed to do it. Yeah, I know it's bad for me, but the good that I feel from it is worth the bad that I feel.
That's
later.
it.
So
sometimes you replace the mental health with the physical.
Right.
French fries.
And that's kind of why I'm in favor of having that month that you just take off of that, whatever vice it is.
Sure.
You know, the big ones are always alcohol or smoking or whatever it is, but any vice so that you have, like, take a month just to see what you feel like off of it. I get it. I know why you go back to it. Just
right. I secretly cut out French fries for January.
Did you really?
I didn't tell you about
Yeah,
it.
don't tell
How'd you do,
anyone.
buddy?
I did. I haven't had them.
Attaboy. Still.
Not this year.
If you're going to break the streak, what's the French fry you're going for?
I mean, from
we got a lot of great
just a
fries around
calorie six standpoint, probably 5 Guys.
Okay.
I mean, if
That's
it's like
good
you're talking
going.
chain stuff, I mean,
Sure.
that is the best French fry, hands down.
It really is.
They're not healthy, but I mean, they're great.
Political societal decline. Predicting that a certain policy or social change will lead to negative long-term consequences. God, I hate being right.
Well, of course you do, because you don't have any control over someone putting out something stupid.
Exactly.
That's how it's going to be, and you're like, okay, well, I can do the math on this.
Right, you could just tell what's coming.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, it's not. None of it is complicated. It's just whether or not you put it into action.
Right.
Like this is it. If you throw a ball up in the air, it's going to come down.
Right.
That's all. It might stay up there for a while. It's going to come down, guys.
But hey, you're in charge, so that's what we're doing. So we're just throwing the ball up in the air.
Yep.
And you're going to be shocked when it comes back down.
They are.
Correct. Yeah.
They are.
I'm going to be sitting here having to catch the ball. That you should have trusted your gut. Again, these are 10 things that we hate being right about. Ignoring your intuition about a situation only for the outcome to be negative. What do you know? I knew that this was going to happen. I went against it anyway. And now I'm suffering for it.
Yeah, we've all been through that.
Yeah.
I knew better. I knew.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, whether it's something
I was
big,
horny.
serious, or
Right, just like
yeah,
I knew it was
just
going to
like-
happen.
My bad.
Damn. The tech and software updates will break things, knowing that downloading the latest update immediately will cause bugs and ruin your workflow. The thing is that those updates work the best on the latest gear. They kind of stop making all of that for whatever, system that you have. This guy,
exactly.
I got this thing, shoot, I can't remember exactly when I got it back, but I don't think I was living in Tacoma at the time when I got this phone. I'm terrified every time it updates now because it just gets a little bit slower.
I did it once by accident, because however often it happens, and it's like, hey, do you want the update? I always say no, and only one time in the last 15 years did I F up and literally accidentally hit yes.
Right,
and it ruined my experience. And I'm like, I don't want. And again, I'm just not a phone guy. I don't need your updates because I am a caveman on the phone. Right. Whatever, and it's great. If you use all that stuff, I don't. I do not care. I have no interest. I don't need your update.
Have you ever considered going back to a dumb phone? Just going back to a flip or a brick?
Me individually?
Yes.
Yes. How do you think that goes over? How are we going to do this? I'm like, that's why I want the dumb phone.
Right. I don't want to have to do that.
I enjoyed the life of not doing all of this petty garbage to waste my time.
Right.
I really, and look, and again, that's me. But if you're into social media, if you take pictures, I get it. It's just not for me. That's all. Yeah. Right. I could easily survive with a dumb phone.
Right.
I could survive without a phone.
And I don't necessarily want a dumb phone. I just want a less smart phone. I don't need near as much stuff.
Like iPhones, man, sometimes they just update on their own.
Yeah.
That pisses
There's something you can do, and then it looks completely different. You're like,
yeah.
What? And then the last time I did it, it was like laggy.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It was really slow and weird. It's like, am I tripping? Like,
no, you should update your phone. It's a money grab, man. That's the long and short of it.
Mm-hmm. That friend was actually just using you. Realizing that somebody only reached out when they needed something. Again, 10 things that we hate being right about.
Sure.
That goes back to trusting your gut. Read the people that are around you.
You know.
Listen.
You do. I will say, and this has nothing to do with women, even guys sometimes can be very intoxicating. Well, I think it's easy to be like, I knew this wasn't going to work out.
Because she's hot, right? You're trying to get laid.
But right, like we have somebody we'll joke about we used to work with, and I'm like, yeah, it took me a couple years to realize it, but it's like now you look back on it. But like he was an intoxicating dude. Right. It was fun. And then you're like,
you knew what to say.
And then it's like, oh, we're paying for every tab.
Gotcha. A person's true colors, seeing through somebody's polite facade and knowing that they're manipulative only to be proven right after they betray somebody. There you go, Ted.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see somebody else in that situation. You might have a friend that's in a relationship of some kind, and they are seeing stars
but you cannot tell them.
No. And they're seeing those stars for a little too long. It's like, you shouldn't still feel this way at this point.
It's funny. You and I know a specific person, and we run in very different circles. And I was talking about this person to you, and I just said, man, they can be decent. That is definitely the facade they put forward. And it's just one of these people that, like, look, man, he smelled like S to me. I don't trust. He's never done anything wrong for me, but I just know no matter what this person says, I don't want to know anything else.
Yeah.
So when he is investigated by the FBI, I'm not sitting there in 60 minutes saying, I should have known.
Right.
Like, I don't want to know. It just means
I knew it the whole time.
The personality of this person. You're like, wait a minute, is their name blank? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
And again, there's zero reason we should both know this person.
Correct.
We just happen to. All I did was describe how they are.
I was wondering who you were talking about. Yep.
And you dropped the name, and I'm like, oh my God, how do you know them? And you're like, just kind of the same experience where it's like, hey, outside looking in, man, this is a fantastic individual, but you don't know anything about them, but something just every radar is going off that says, man,
I had brought them up because of an earlier encounter with them.
Sure.
Mentioned them, and you were like, wait a minute, I know that guy. We kind of forgot about it as our conversations go, and then you brought them up another time, and I went, wait a minute, you're talking about this one.
And I mean, it's amazing. That's...
Yeah.
I like I said, decent as far as I know.
Fantastic human. Nothing bad to say about them.
Wouldn't trust. They've never done anything for me to not trust them, but everything in me knows don't trust them.
There's a dark shadow over there somewhere.
I know, man. I was like, that's after. I even told my wife, I'm like, me and Mike both know blank. She's like, what? All I did was describe the personality.
Yep.
And he dropped the name.
That's right. That's right. That a project or a plan is going to fail. Warning somebody that their plan lacks foresight to just watch it implode exactly as it predicted.
Can't imagine
These are 10 things that we hate being right about. That a popular trend or show is garbage. Being the only one who thinks that a universally loved TV show, movie, or trend is bad, only for everybody else to realize it later.
Well, I mean, but that's so subjective. You can say, like,
depends on what you like.
It's not going to age well. This is not what I like. But in a moment it's popular, just let it be.
Right, and that's what I come back to, and that's when I start using the term overrated very sparingly. I feel like that word got thrown around very easily a while back. I am very intentional with that word because I don't mean it to be insulting.
Yeah.
Things that are overrated are still good in my opinion, but they're overrated in that it's not as good as you're making it.
Sure.
You know, this is a 9 out of 10, but you're making it a 30. Like no. It's still a 9 out of 10. It's good, but it's not near as good as you're making it.
I mean, look, I liked Stranger Things. A lot of people said it's overrated. I'm like, you're 100% correct, but I still like it.
Right.
I mean, that's all. You're right. It is absolutely overrated. But I enjoy the show.
Predicting a too good to be true scenario. Knowing a get-rich-quick scheme, a miracle product, or a too good to be true job opportunity is actually just a scam.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I've been getting those on my phone a handful of times.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, we got work. You work from home only like 2 hours a week, and we're going to pay $6,000.
Like, if that were true, everyone would have had taken the job.
Like, what?
That job would not still be available if that were true.
I'm not going to text a random ass number that.
Right, well, and that's the other thing, right? It's that old saying, right? Nothing's free.
Yes.
And it's like the truth, right? Sometimes it's like, yeah, but now it's like you have some ownership over me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. I don't care that it's free.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not worth it.
You keep it.
You keep it. Yeah.
And then I'll leave you with this last and final thing that we hate being right about. Thank you. And we actually already mentioned it. It's when that a relationship is doomed. Realizing early on that a friend's partner is toxic or wrong for them only to watch it fall apart months later.
Well, I don't care about them. I'm thinking about me.
Well, and like you said, you can't really say it because they still won't hear you when you do say it.
Yeah.
They need to come to that realization by themselves. The only concern that we have and the frustration that we feel is like, I just don't want you to waste your time.
I don't want you to get hurt.
You know what my problem is? Is that I never say, the weddings I go to, I'm thinking to myself,
what are the odds?
Well, I never say anything bad if I know it's going to be bad.
Sure.
But I basically say it indirectly. I'm like, you know what? I think this is going to work out.
Right.
Which is the backhanded way of saying, this one's really going to work.
That's right.
You know, I didn't waste my time and money.
Yeah.
I know they're going to be together.
Fighter jets were deployed to monitor a Wizz Air flight, and the reason why is a little ridiculous, Miles.
What was the reason?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thanks, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, have we made it to drinking time?
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve will thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And by the way, today's shot brought to my attention by our astute listener, one Trung Lee. So today we toast the Milan Cortina Winter Olympic Games. Now, we all know that performance-enhancing drugs are nothing new in the world of sports. Athletes are always looking for an extra edge to give themselves the advantage over the competitors. And obviously that applies as well to the world of Olympics. Now, ski jumping is one of those major Winter Olympic sports, and In ski jumping, believe it or not, the increased bulk of an athlete's suit, it can impact your aerodynamics and your glide time in the air. And the whole thing about the ski jump is you want the distance. So believe it or not, a larger suit means extra fabric to catch air, like a sail, and it prolongs the jumper's flight. And believe it or not, they did a study, and they found that just a 2-centimeter increase in suit size can add 5 to 6 meters in the length of a jump. Think about that, right? But as a result of that, these guys believe they are 3D scanned before they can jump to make sure the suits are tight, et cetera, because they do recognize that gives you an unfair advantage. Well, it seems that the athletes may have figured out a workaround because apparently they're calling it penis gate. You already see where this is going. Some male athletes might be injecting the Hydra, whatever the hell, I can't pronounce the word, but injecting this acid into their penises because it makes their penis bigger. So even though they put on this skin-tight suit, during these competitions, they're getting slightly more feet out of their jumps.
So they've already proven if you have a big one,
if you have a
probably
bigger penis,
fly farther.
And it is erect because it's no joke because of the way those suits are made. So they realize because they scan the suits on your body, you can't really add the extra fabric. So what do? You don't just give yourself an erection. You also get an injection to make your penis bigger than it normally would be. And then when you go out there and do the ski jump, and apparently it has affected several different skiers, but they can't quite pinpoint who. So yes, you have penis gate.
It works like one of those little wings on a plane. Just
yeah, essentially, you add girth to your penis under that tight-fitting suit, and they're getting extra air, and they're doing better in the competitions. I mean, damn,
it gives you more lift.
Personally, it makes me want to watch the ski jump more. Now it's interesting to me. That's a hell of a thing, man.
That's wild.
Jesus. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
All right, let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
From coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, health insurers will deny your claim if they think you're popular enough to get by with a GoFundMe. But first, a man in Meshuggah, Wisconsin was found alive after he spent 9 days trapped in a...
Yeah, I'll take a turkey and bacon sandwich on pumpernickel.
Felix, are you ordering food right now?
Yeah, sorry, man, sorry. I tried to do it earlier, but I was on hold. No, I was talking to my coworker. But yeah, turkey and bacon on pumpernickel. Yeah, I did know the pumpernickel is German for devil's fart, but I like that thick rye, Playboy.
Pumpernickel means devil's fart? Really?
Yeah, man, but come on, Stone, I'm on the phone.
Oh, my apologies, Felix. I was distracted by our newscast.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. No, he talks a lot. Okay, you got my turkey and bacon, no crust on that. I also want to add an order of sweet potato fries, but don't cook them. Just give them to me raw.
You eat raw sweet potatoes?
I eat raw sweet potato fries, Stone. Listen, man, if you're going to keep talking to me, do you want anything?
From the restaurant?
Yeah, man.
Since you have derailed our broadcast, why not? Do they have any soup on the menu?
Hold on. You have any soup on the menu? Yeah, man, they have soup on the menu.
Okay, what kind of soup do they have on the menu, Felix?
Are you always this difficult when you order food?
I'm not being difficult, Felix. But since you decided to make this your personal lunch hour, I figured that I would jump in and order some soup. I just want to know what kind of soup they offer.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, they have chicken noodle, cheese and broccoli, French onion, tomato bisque, and minestrone.
That actually sounds quite good. I'll take an order of the French onion.
Yeah, they're all out.
They don't have French onion. Okay, I'll take a bowl of the chicken noodle then.
Yeah, they're all out.
They're out of the French onion and the chicken noodle? What soups do they have?
Guy on the phone said they're all out of soup.
Felix, I literally just asked you if they have soup, and you told me 5 different ones. Now you're telling me that they don't have any soup available.
That is correct.
Then why did you say that they had soup?
They did not say that they have soup. You asked if they have soup on the menu, and they do, just none available.
That's too bad. I was in the mood for a cup of minestrone.
They got you, Bonnie. Just 1 cup?
Actually, make it a bowl.
Yeah, and 1 bowl of minestrone.
Well, then I will have a bowl of the minestrone, too.
Sorry, Playboy, they're all out.
Bonnie just ordered a bowl!
Yeah, and now they're out. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. Yeah, he is like that all the time.
Are you even talking on the phone, or are you just talking to your hand?
Do you think that I would sit here talking to my hand just to disrupt a news broadcast?
Yes!
Hello? Hello? Damn, Stone, they just hung up on me, man, because you kept talking. Now I gotta call them back and start this all over again.
So I'm not getting any soup?
Sorry, Bonnie. Stone messed everything up.
We're going to break. We will be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at Inaction News.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Steven Throwhooks, please tell everyone how Profile This is played.
Oh, sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Mike, our caller, has dropped off. Yeah. What was her name? So I can call him out.
I knew it. His name was...
Yeah, you, man.
Doggone it.
What the hell? Why the hell did you drop off? All right, so you gentlemen will be playing against each other. So in this case, I'm going to limit it to one of 2 categories. So today you have the wonderful world of drugs, or you can have bite me. In other words, what did someone find in their food?
Drugs.
All right, there's a local connection to this story, but a man from Pomona, California, he's been arrested and charged with operating an unregistered aircraft at municipal airports, both in Washington State and south of here in California. One Christian Estoke. He's not a registered pilot. He was not listed on the registration for the planes that he was caught flying. The FBI's investigation began when a single-engine aircraft was reported stolen on January 3rd at Auburn Municipal Airport right here in Washington. The aircraft was recovered 3 days later at Corona Municipal Airport in California. Authorities discovered that the plane's transponder had been manipulated to conceal its whereabouts for over 3 days. However, the aircraft was spotted at another airport in Kelso, Washington on January 4th, where a couple driving a rented vehicle was suspected of having flown the plane. The couple was subsequently linked to a second suspected aircraft theft on January 27th, back in California at the Corona Municipal Airport. Now, this plane involved had not been registered since 2017. FBI agents conducting surveillance observed Estock entering the aircraft, powering on the engine. Agents concluded that Estock was attempting to steal the plane, and they arrested him. Even better, aside from just not being a pilot and not owning a plane, he admitted to being under the influence of drugs while operating the aircraft. The question is, what drug was he on when he stole the plane? Was he on acid, shrooms, meth, or cocaine? So acid, shrooms, meth, or coke, what was this guy on? That is ridiculous. I didn't just steal the plane. I was high.
I'm going to say meth just based on the fact that he was flying back and forth from here to California. So if he's bringing something here, it's probably going to be meth, as far as general consumption.
Sure.
I think he was tripping on acid.
Acid.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm with Mike, too. I think he's high on acid.
Hey, man, let's just fly to Washington.
I can do this, man.
Yeah. What was this guy on? Acid, mushrooms, meth, or coke? We're going to find out next.
Oops. Hit the wrong button. My bad. You just wait for it.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room.
Listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is drugs on profile. This, we got a guy from California was arrested for illegally flying multiple planes between Washington and California. He was on drugs, I guess, every time he flew these planes that he stole.
At least the one time.
Question is, what was he on? Acid, mushrooms, meth, or cocaine?
And that's what I posed to you guys. Let us start with D. Ted Smith and Mike Hawk. Both of you. And look, man, I put acid there because of my mind. If I'm going to steal a plane and believe I can fly it successfully, I'd probably be tripping on acid. You guys said acid. It was not that. Miles, you went with the methamphetamine, just assuming that he's running it back and forth. I don't know if that's true, but he was, in fact,
Oh, there we go.
Why would you bring it up? The FBI did not say, hey, are you also high on meth? They said, look, bro, we know you stole this plane, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I did, I admit it. Hey, high on meth when I did it. Okay.
Oh, you're good then.
Yeah, cool. Never mind.
No worries.
Sorry to
No
apologize, sir. That explains it.
Now for all TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got the Jimmys,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Seth Meyers, Stephen Colbert, or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl. They made short work of the New England Patriots, and their quarterback, Drake May, became the second Drake in the world to take a beating in the Super Bowl.
The Ted Smith.
Yep.
Kimmel.
The Seattle Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions. They made short work of the New England Patriots. The quarterback Drake May became the second Drake in a row to take a beating at the Super Bowl.
Good one, man.
Apparently, Stephon Diggs broke up with Cardi B at halftime of the Super Bowl. Losing 2 rings in 60 minutes is impressive work.
The Ted Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that a real thing?
So apparently, yes. They're accusations, but I guess she was already going to be there.
Right.
And but she saw one of his baby mamas had better seats than he had gotten her. And I mean, that's what I'm reading is that they like broke up during the game.
You're in the Super Bowl.
Game?
How many seasons have you played? You've been waiting to go to the Super Bowl. You finally get. Look, Seattle's going to kick your ass one way or another. But, bro, this is when you say the team needs you.
Oh, my God.
There's no baby mama drama when you're playing in the Super Bowl, man. But then again, he's from Maryland, so I get it.
I know.
I mean, just.
Even Diggs was catching strays for me on Sunday.
Oh, dude, they brought up where he's from, and my wife just looked at me and said, it explains so much. I said, I know. I know.
Was maybe the weirdest Super Bowl year ever for the commercials. There were like 2 for beer commercials. The rest were AI, Jesus, and Mike Tyson telling us to eat apples.
Kimmel.
Most of the excitement came from the ads. It was maybe the weirdest year for Super Bowl commercials ever. There were like 2 beer commercials. The rest were for AI, Jesus, and Mike Tyson telling you to eat apples.
Coach McDonald was on Kimmel last night.
Yes, he was.
One of the most entertaining moments on the field that did not make TV was in the fourth quarter. A shirtless individual got loose on the field, ran wild through the field until a Patriots wide receiver slowed him down. Ironically, that guy ran for more yards than the wide receiver and the Patriots did the whole time.
Kimmel.
Yeah, Kimmel. Yeah, it's Kimmel.
One of the most entertaining moments on the field did not make it to TV. During the fourth quarter, a shirtless individual got loose on the field and ran wild. Ran pretty fast until Patriots wide receiver Kyle Williams slowed him down. Ironically, that guy ran for more yards than Kyle and the Patriots did combined the entire first half.
I did read that somebody did the math and they figured out Bad Bunny himself gained more yards than a Patriots running back.
Damn. Who is the running back?
It doesn't matter.
No, but I'm like, typically, if you name a team, you can name the running back, especially if you're in the Super Bowl. And I'm like,
how many years was Kimmel in Seattle? 2,
2, 3, something
3.
like that.
So I'm assuming you rooted for the Seahawks.
Yeah, that
Probably.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, look, let's be honest. I'm happy because I'm a Seahawks fan, but you got to admit that honestly, there wasn't a ton of like star power in this Super Bowl.
No,
right? You had a
there's
lot
not
of good, hardworking dudes and players.
They talk about Drake May and they talk about Darnold, but they talk about Darnold for all the wrong reasons, right? Could he overcome? Could he overcome? But it's not about name. I mean, Leonard Williams probably got more love and more recognition than anyone else that I heard as far as who they're talking about, taking the quarterbacks out of it. But to me, that's part of the Patriots' credit as well. Like, this is truly about teams getting somewhere. And this is about, and if you watch that, and like I said, the Patriots defense, they play lights out too. It's just the Hawks defense is so much better. But you go like, this is a team sport, and this is the first time, as far as the Super Bowl goes, in a long time where it wasn't just about a person. Yeah, Kenneth Walker did his thing and all that, but it's not like he was running for touchdowns, right? But he kept the drives going, and just he has such an odd running style. It just, like in my mind, it was hard. But you go like, cool, man. It's cool when you can say, no, this is the team win. And Sam Darnold, that everyone was blabbing out about the whole thing, he didn't do anything wrong, but he had, like 185 yards, something like that. You know, very pedestrian, as they would say.
He kind of got up towards 200. I can't remember. I got to look.
It was close to 2, but it was under 2. And you go like, right, this was a team victory, man.
Right, and that
every
defense,
mofo on that field contributed.
Like the Legion of Boom, those guys like to talk.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying some of the guys on Seattle's defense don't talk on the field.
But not like that.
They don't talk
Well,
like
the
that.
one guy was chirping Diggs pretty good.
Who's
That's
that,
why they got in that
Spoon?
scuffle, and kind of threw some punches.
Yeah, but if you're covering
the ref got in the
Diggs,
middle of it, didn't throw a flag.
But if
So it wasn't that
you
bad.
cover Diggs, you're going to talk a lot because Diggs talks a lot.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly.
I mean,
He
it
kinda-
doesn't
he
matter.
kinda begs it.
The Pope would have talked ass to Diggs because Diggs is going to bring that out.
But right, like I was just saying, like there's not a lot of bullet points coming out of either locker room.
No.
I mean, look, I can almost guarantee you Mike McDonald probably talks a little different than he does in the press, but he doesn't say a ton.
But you think about it, you know, they always said, like with Bill Belichick, so talking about the Patriots, take away their best player. The one thing I enjoyed about that particular, I mean, Drake May is clearly the best player for the Patriots on offense, but otherwise, I'm like, there is no player to take out. Either you beat this team or you lose.
Well, and like,
that's pretty cool.
Right, and I saw McDonald give an interview after the NFC Championship game, right? And he said, I had never been there before. It sounds weird in the echo, so I just knew I had to talk loud and precise.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, when it's like that mic drop of we did not care, he's like, I'm just overthinking it, thinking this is what I have to do.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's what I got out. And then everybody was talking about how it was like he was looking up to the sky after the game and everything. And I saw another interview where he goes, I didn't know where to look. This is just me being kind of a nerdy dude. He goes, there's only cameras around me, so I don't want to stare into a camera.
Yeah.
He's like, so I just kind of looked up. He goes, then I looked up and was like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, there's all the fireworks going off and everything. So it looks like this epic moment. But I mean, again, it just seems like he's a guy that's just like, look, I'm just as nerdy
He's
as anybody
taking
else.
it in. And you know, that is a good point. You know, think about it. You win the Super Bowl, you get down to the Gatorade, players are jumping around, then they're going to go, you know, say what they got to say to the other team. You're trying to absorb the fact that you just won the Super Bowl, and you're in 360 degrees is a bunch of people you don't want to talk to.
And they still probably have
that
not.
you need to-
It's
So-
probably still not sunk in yet.
That's what I mean. Like, just give the man 10 seconds to look at the confetti rain down, you know?
Honestly, the Gatorade bath, being green as I call it.
A lot of splash, too, man.
That might be,
Wow.
that might be the best highlight of that game.
I haven't seen that much Gatorade hit a coach in a while. Usually they get a little bit. I'm like, holy crap, man. Like, they got his ass, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's the best Gatorade bath or shower I've seen in a long time. Because for a while, they kind of got rid of it. Let's see. This shouldn't surprise anybody here. Latest I heard was 128, 135 million. Either way, people watch Bad Buddy.
Yeah.
Sure. You're watching the Super Bowl.
Correct. It's kind of funny. I guess down at Mar-a-Lago, even Trump was seen watching it, although, as they say, naturally he trashed it afterwards.
No matter you had it on your screen, bro. You still watched it. And in the end, look, it doesn't matter who performs at halftime. Half the people are going to hate it. Half the people are going to love it. But you watched it.
Yeah.
You were bitching about it. You watched it. Like, then I watch it.
Yeah.
I don't watch Real Housewives. I don't want to. So
You know why? Because you don't want to watch it.
Yeah. Be a man. Come on.
It is the truth. It's also time to re-up on some chicken wings and pizza, but I like
That's
Bad Buddy.
exactly what I
That's
do, man.
more
That's
importantly
exactly
what that
I was
is,
doing.
yeah.
I was getting stoned, cracking another beer, putting away some dishes a little
It's
bit.
a 33-minute halftime.
It is so long.
Yeah, my wife actually timed it. She started her little phone there.
Yeah, usually I try to watch do all the prop bets and everything.
Sure.
But the problem is my cousins who set up that for our family are Pats fans. So I wasn't going to bring it up, and they're like, we're not doing it this year. And hell, they closed their bar. Right? In theory, that should have been one of the biggest days of the year.
Yes.
But they're both such sports nerds.
They didn't want to watch. They wanted to watch it.
Correct. They wanted to watch.
They should have kept the bar open.
Wow. Now in retrospect, maybe they should have.
Sad tears and beers.
Sad, yeah.
They've got 6, right?
No one feels bad for them. They had a
fine.
good run.
They're fine. It's like with the 49er fans. You got a lot too. It's okay.
Yeah, but at least with the Niners fans, I don't feel bad for them, but they haven't won in forever.
Right.
Right. Like the Patriots fans, like you're not that far away.
It's been since 2018. I'm like,
I mean, even Portnoy didn't seem that pissed off. I know he has to act like he is, but it's like, besides that, then you throw in that the Red Sox were winning. The Celtics got one in there. I want to say the Bruins got like 2. I mean, that 20-year span they had in New England was just crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just like, wow. All right, let's see. Medal updates. Well, I don't know what the time change is, but the United States mixed doubles curling team both advanced to their gold medal match against Sweden. So that means they're going to get a medal.
What ethnicities are they?
What's that? The mixed doubles?
Yeah.
I think you know.
Right. Well, my mom was Thai.
That's black.
Yeah. Mixed doubles. That's what
When we went to the Florida Georgia game, we had a habit of if the couple was mixed on who they cheered for.
Yeah.
We were like, it's a mixed couple. Right. So at the game, this was hitting. People were like, that's kind of funny. So now it's just me and my buddy Will at the Jacksonville airport. A couple walks in. He's in Florida gear. She's in Georgia gear. It doesn't dawn on me that they actually are. And I just go,
they're mixed.
Oh,
no.
I go, mixed couple. And the whole bar stops. And I'm like, he's a Gators fan. She's a Georgia fan. I'm just like, my buddy's like, dude, they're actually mixed. I'm like, I know. It's not what I meant.
It's not funny when it's true.
No. I mean, once they kind of explained it, they were like, all right.
We believe you kind of.
I see where you're coming from.
I'm not going to punch it up. Damn. Mixed couple. Oh, Jesus, man.
How about that? Who does that? Who does that in the South? You do.
I want to be like, I'm from the D.C. area. Like, that's not new to me. No. I'm just shocked to see your fandom together.
That's uncomfortable, man.
That was so. I mean, I'm uncomfortable now telling the story. Just once again, I'm sure Mike will bring it up. We reiterated this. Get on the light rail tomorrow. Look up your bus routes.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I firmly believe they said we had 700,000 people downtown in 2014. I think it's going to be more than that.
They're predicting 1 million.
But the main thing is the cops have tweeted it out. Trans has tweeted it out. Like, if you do not drive. Now, I get it if you have to, but there's going to be so many streets closed and stuff. It is going to be a pain in the butt.
The cops, I'm telling you, man, they're going to be like on their last nerve tomorrow. Like, sir, I will shoot you.
Even in an emergency. Don't try to get to Harborview.
No.
Just go to some community college hospital, a couple 19 years old in there. Whatever.
But yeah, the trophy celebration, 10 a.m. That's a ticketed event, so we don't have a ticket. But then the parade route goes up 4th. Going to be a sunny day. They said, wear some walking shoes. Go out there. Go Hawks.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
Here's your beat mix.
coast to coast and around the world. If it's not important, you'll hear it here, exclusively on In Action News. Here now are Stone Ledbetter and Felix Foxworthy.
Tonight, health insurers will deny your claim if they think you're popular enough to get by with a GoFundMe. But first, a man in Meshuggah, Wisconsin was found alive after he spent 9 days trapped in a...
Yeah, I'll take a turkey and bacon sandwich on pumpernickel.
Felix, are you ordering food right now?
Yeah, sorry, man, sorry. I tried to do it earlier, but I was on hold. No, I was talking to my coworker. But yeah, turkey and bacon on pumpernickel. Yeah, I did know the pumpernickel is German for devil's fart, but I like that thick rye, Playboy.
Pumpernickel means devil's fart? Really?
Yeah, man, but come on, Stone, I'm on the phone.
Oh, my apologies, Felix. I was distracted by our newscast.
Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. No, he talks a lot. Okay, you got my turkey and bacon, no crust on that. I also want to add an order of sweet potato fries, but don't cook them. Just give them to me raw.
You eat raw sweet potatoes?
I eat raw sweet potato fries, Stone. Listen, man, if you're going to keep talking to me, do you want anything?
From the restaurant?
Yeah, man.
Since you have derailed our broadcast, why not? Do they have any soup on the menu?
Hold on. You have any soup on the menu? Yeah, man, they have soup on the menu.
Okay, what kind of soup do they have on the menu, Felix?
Are you always this difficult when you order food?
I'm not being difficult, Felix. But since you decided to make this your personal lunch hour, I figured that I would jump in and order some soup. I just want to know what kind of soup they offer.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, they have chicken noodle, cheese and broccoli, French onion, tomato bisque, and minestrone.
That actually sounds quite good. I'll take an order of the French onion.
Yeah, they're all out.
They don't have French onion. Okay, I'll take a bowl of the chicken noodle then.
Yeah, they're all out.
They're out of the French onion and the chicken noodle? What soups do they have?
Guy on the phone says they're all out of soup.
Felix, I literally just asked you if they have soup, and you told me 5 different ones. Now you're telling me that they don't have any soup available.
That is correct.
Then why did you say that they had soup?
They did not say that they have soup. You asked if they have soup on the menu, and they do, just none available.
That's too bad. I was in the mood for a cup of minestrone.
They got you, Bonnie. Just 1 cup?
Actually, make it a bowl.
Yeah, and 1 bowl of minestrone.
Well, then I will have a bowl of the minestrone, too.
Sorry, Playboy, they're all out.
Bonnie just ordered a bowl!
Yeah, and now they're out. Yeah, sorry about that. That was my coworker again. Yeah, he is like that all the time.
Are you even talking on the phone, or are you just talking to your hand?
Do you think that I would sit here talking to my hand just to disrupt a news broadcast?
Yes!
Hello? Hello? Damn, Stone, they just hung up on me, man, because you kept talking. Now I gotta call them back and start this all over again.
So I'm not getting any soup?
Sorry, Bonnie. Stone messed everything up.
We're going to break. We will be back next hour.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. It helps us a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and social media pages at InAction News.
Live Night, the livest radio you will ever see. Everything is performed live. Live hosts, live sound effects, live voice actors, live screw-ups, live laughs, and of course, live music. The Daily Mix Show, totally live. The Men's Room, totally live. Live Night returns February 13th. Live Night 2026. Yachty and naughty. No flares, no lifeboat. All live. What could possibly go wrong? Now, you can watch the Men's Room live on YouTube. Subscribe at KISW Rock. The Men's Room titillates your ears when you listen on the radio or Odyssey app. Teases your taste buds when enjoying Men's Room IPA. And now you can watch the Men's Room live on YouTube. It's as close to actually being in the studio as you can get, thanks to The Incident. Touch and smell unavailable. Find us on YouTube and subscribe at KISW Rock from Seattle's Sensory Annihilation Station.
See what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. College professor sent a postcard to all his family and his friends, telling them he's dead. Meanwhile, a child changes his parents' Wi-Fi hotspot on a plane, and then here comes the feds. Japan lost claim reward system can be easy money if you're a thief. Firefighters rescue a cow that got stuck in mud beneath. And a model is accused of wearing a bikini while skiing because she was wearing a bikini and skiing. It's time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my car.
And top story, we take to the friendly skies, which become unfriendly very quickly. Fighter jets were deployed to make contact with a Wizz Air flight that had been flagged as a potentially dangerous situation. The flight had taken off from England and was bound for Israel, and most everything on the flight was normal. But someone decided that it would be the perfect setting for a little prank of sorts. And by prank, we mean something that wasn't funny at all for anybody. It's believed that a child on board the plane was able to change the name of the Wi-Fi hotspot on his parents' phone. And what better name to change it to than, quote, terrorist?
Oh.
What's more is several passengers received quote-unquote threatening messages during the flight, prompting the emergency response. The fighter jets escorted the plane over the open water for a couple of loops before it was given clearance to land safely at its scheduled destination, where it was met with a full bomb squad complete with dogs and all to assess the plane. All of the passengers, all their luggage, everything was searched. Flights were temporarily halted as officials made the area safe enough to resume operations.
That kid is in so much trouble.
Yes,
As
they
a
are.
side note, and I don't know this to be true, but I don't think a terrorist would change his Wi-Fi name to terrorist.
And I'm with you there, but
I mean, they did the right
gotta
thing.
check it,
They
right.
got to do it. I'm just saying, generally speaking, I'd be like, it's not a terrorist, but let's escort this thing down anyway.
I just get the feeling that those jets were in the air knowing they had nothing to worry about, and they were just going to make an example out of this young individual.
Absolutely.
Terrorist. That kid learned that day the importance of why we don't just screw around with that.
Now he knows.
Criminy.
Now he knows.
In other news, over to Japan, where not all good Samaritans are of pure heart. A man walked into a Tokyo police station and turned a phone into the officer on duty. He said that he had found the phone and was turning it in as lost property and exercised local legislation that he was due a reward for turning the phone in. There's actually a Lost Items Act or Lost Possessions Act, something like that, to where the person who turns in a piece of property that is believed to be stolen or misplaced can then claim a reward that is then owed by the owner.
Is it a sting to catch criminals?
No, for a certain percentage of the value of the item.
Right.
It's incentive for people to do good things. Like they almost never exercise it. They never go out of their way for it. People certainly don't request it. But this guy did. When the phone was retrieved by the owner, the Samaritan was given his reward of around 32 American dollars worth of yen. And he told him, quote, "You should keep your phone in your bag so that you don't drop it."
Jesus, man. I'm the same guy that changed the Wi-Fi password to terrorist.
Not able to shake the feeling of recognizing the man, the phone owner thought back to when he had last seen his phone, which was on the table of the restaurant that he was eating at before getting up to get a cup of water. They obtained surveillance footage of that day, and sure enough, as the man gets up to get his cup, our good Samaritan moves into the frame and swipes his phone. He was shortly after arrested.
Jeez,
so he stole the phone so they could turn it in for $32.
That's a weird law they have.
It is.
Like, I'll lose my wallet, but I got to pay you, what, 35% of a finder fee?
Something like that, yeah.
Based on the value?
Exactly.
It means I have $500 in my wallet.
Right.
And you turn it back in. Yeah.
Which I already know that you took some of that, so you don't get to just say that.
Now I got to give you $175.
Doggone it. What was it? I saw one that was like, I found your wallet, I left it over here, I stole $5, I think that I've earned it, but I need to go buy cereal or something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I saw one too. It was like, I took this for a hot dog, I'm hungry.
There it is.
You're welcome.
You know what? I think it was on our page.
Yeah.
The lovely world of social media, where once again people are divided. A video is gaining traction of a model having a lovely time out on the ski slopes. The story on Yahoo News mentions that a lot of ski resorts are dealing with warmer than normal temperatures, and our model is taking full advantage. She put up a video featuring her skiing down at her local resort wearing nothing but a bikini and fluffy mittens. This, of course, has the internet in an absolute uproar, with half insisting that the attire is unsightly, while others embrace the choice of garb. Either way, she had a good day on the slopes and nobody suffered life-threatening injury.
If you think it's unsightly, we saw two different pictures.
Yes, we did. Children are looking and they enjoy it too.
If you go to the beach.
Newsflash, your kid's enjoying us.
Jeez. But I think it's like a massive thing, usually like the last day of the year or whatever. Like dudes are shirtless, women are bikini tops. It's kind of warm out.
We need to buy pearls for everyone to clutch.
Yeah, but just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
Over in Britain, crews were called to help out an animal in distress. Calls came in about a cow that was in need of rescue after it got trapped in a mud pit. Her name was Tess. They arrived on the scene and found the old girl indeed submerged up to her chest in mud. With a combined efforts of a veterinarian, a large animal rescue team, and the cow's owner, they were able to free the cow after several hours of work. Officials said that it wasn't the usual call, saying, quote, "Being a firefighter isn't always glamorous." No, it's not. Sometimes you're pulling cows out of mud. Men's Room Sports. As Ted mentioned, we got more Olympic coverage over on USA and NBC tonight, and you've got college hoops on ESPN, FS1 and CBS Sports, as well as pro basketball on NBA Network. As far as your weather, don't get used to the good weather. However, we do have some clouds moving in tonight that'll bring temperatures down to about 41. Tomorrow, they're expecting partly cloudy day with a high of 51. Perfect for a Seahawks victory parade. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. Best of luck getting downtown tomorrow, man. We wish you the best, and hopefully you'll find an easy way in. A lovely Jolene's coming up in seconds.
Yes, indeed. It is all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.